Boom, 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 boom. Yo, boom, 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 boom. Oh, see, I don't even need a own production company to give me some beat. You already know this is Punch Drunk Boxing, aka Mr. Moonshine. Yo, I'ma wait till the people come to the show. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be talking about Floyd Mayweather Jr. training with Devin Haney. We're going to be talking about a very touchy debate, and I understand there's going to be a lot of people going to disagree with your boy. But sometimes I like the challenge. It's not even me trying to be right or anything of that nature. Nah, man, this is a boxing community, and I like to chop it up. Let's educate the mind. Let's push ourselves. Let's debate about this era. This era. What's good, Carlos? This era of welterweights. What's good, Cutthroat? This era of welterweight versus the golden era. We always want to be talking about that other eras is better than today's era. We try to justify, we try to devalue, we try to discredit this era. We always try to discredit this era by looking at the past era, trying to take everything away from the guys of today, because we just can't appreciate the moment, buddy. We just can't appreciate the moment, buddy. Look like kind of allergy season. No, damn it, I ain't got no coronavirus. No, I don't. No, I don't. Oh man, how everybody doing out there? Tank Davis out in Baltimore riding dirt bike, having fun with his people in the hood. And then you got Devin Haney working on his craft with a master in Floyd Mayweather. Do you get the picture here? Now, we all know that Floyd Mayweather likes to do certain things. He likes to do certain things to, he does everything for a reason. Let's put it that way. Anything that Floyd Mayweather puts a video out there is because he wants you to think something. He just don't put things out there. Think about it. We've known Floyd Mayweather for quite some times. He just don't put things out there. He could do a video anytime he wants. But why do he want to show that he's training Devin Haney? I know Devin Haney's not with Floyd Mayweather Promotions, right? No, he's not. It's true. It's very true. We all know that. I mean, they in the same division. Devin Haney has called out Gervonta Tank Davis. Is Floyd Mayweather training Devin Haney so he could beat Gervonta Tank Davis, Mayweather's golden goose? Doesn't seem. Or is Floyd Mayweather trying to teach or throwing a subliminal shot at Gervonta Tank Davis while he out there in Baltimore riding bike? Look like he's 2 to 3 months pregnant. No disrespect. It's just the way that it looks. It's just the way that it looks compared to guys like Devin Haney, compared to guys like Ryan Garcia, compared to guys like Teofimo Lopez out there in the gym working. And dude is out there riding dirt bike. God forbid something happens to Tank Davis almost in the same way that Paul Williams had that accident. Nah, Floyd about that bread. I think he's showing Tank he's acceptable. I don't understand, man. I just don't understand why this guy just can't stay in Las Vegas. I understand, yo, you get money, you get rich, and you want to go back to your people, and you want to front. Tank needs to leave Mayweather or Mayweather needs to dump Tank? That's a good question. What you think? Does Tank need to leave Mayweather or Mayweather needs to leave Tank? Because it doesn't seem like Tank is taking full advantage of what he could be doing right now. They announced that he's gonna be fighting Leo Santa Cruz pay-per-view. Yet we don't see him taking advantage while Floyd Mayweather's in the gym constantly right now. He's in the gym constantly right now. Self-quarantine. The dude is in the gym daily. If I was Tank Davis, I would be taking advantage like these other young fighters. I'd be taking advantage like Rolly. I'd be taking advantage like Devin Haney. But I think he's using Devin Haney also. I'm not saying that he's not being cool. I'm not saying that he's not being, cool to the point where he's not trying to give gyms to another young man. But maybe he's saying, you know what? This young man is actually doing what you're supposed to be doing. What's up, 2K? What's up, 2K? Let me put this up. Boom. 2K, I personally believe Floyd just working with David to make him better. Plus, he's been with Devin before Tank. I understand that. But you already know Floyd Mayweather Sr. had that rocket thing with Bill Haney. But also, why? Okay, let me ask you a question, because I asked this question in the comment box. If Devin Haney was working with Oscar De La Hoya, you think Ryan Garcia shouldn't feel a certain way? Think about it. If Oscar De La Hoya was training Devin Haney and teaching him all the thing, are we just going to look at that like he's just working with Devin Haney and working with a young guy? Or do you think Ryan Garcia would look at that and be like, yo, Oscar, I'm Golden Boy Promotions. Why you giving him all my gyms, all the gyms for? We gonna fight one another. What do you think about that? And I'm coming with this question. It's not reading a conclusion, but it's just something so we could be talking about that. We know that Floyd Mayweather, like I said in the beginning, he throws things out there. I think Floyd Mayweather is the type of dude that sends subliminal messages. He does things for something else. I just don't believe that he was just training Devin Haney just because he's young and stuff like that. I don't think that's the only reason. Carlos, he's shown Tank, if you don't want to put in the work, I'm going to work with someone who will, replaceable. True. I think so too. I think he's switching his prodigy. I think that's what it is, y'all. That's my interpretation, especially knowing Floyd Mayweather and how the way he do things and put things out there. And Floyd Mayweather just don't put things out there. We all know that. Just heard that Daniel Garcia Spence official Pat Crawford. I'm starting to believe this fight will have it announced within 2 weeks. Maybe we're going to be talking about that a little later, because we're going to be talking about the welterweight division, and it's going to be a lot of people going to be going at me. But you know what? I'm ready for that debate. I am ready to be the spokesperson for today's welterweight. I am ready. But let's finish this one. Devin Haney. Look, shout out to Devin Haney and his father. Shout out to Bill Haney for always putting his son in position so he could work with greatness. That's hustling. That's grinding, man. That's like if I'm having my son and my son is playing basketball and I got to lead. I got the connections for him to work out with LeBron James. I got the connections for him to work out with. Let's work on our jump shot. Let's go to Steph Curry's. Let's work out with LeBron James. Let's work out with Stephen Curry. Let's work out with. Let's see what Jordan. Let's go to Jordan. Let's see what Jordan has to say. That's Bill Haney's move. That's what's up. We gotta commend his hustle. We gotta commend his grind. How you gonna go to Roy Jones, and then after Roy Jones, you go to Floyd Mayweather, have Floyd Mayweather Senior teach your son, have Zab Judah. That's some cool-ish. That's some cool-ish. Guido was good, my brother. Why is why? Let's question. I mean, Tank Davis got extreme skills. He got extreme skills, y'all. Devin Haney is a special. And I'm talking about my fault. Tank Davis is a special type. Got special power. Got gifted power. Got gifted speed. Got gifted movement. Is it money overwhelming him? Is it? I just don't understand. He's got a master that he could work with anytime that he wants. And even if he tells, yo, Floyd, I want to work out with you. I'm going over there in Las Vegas. I need this fight, this pay-per-view. Leo Santa Cruz out there in Baltimore. Who's in his corner, bro? Who's his yes man? Who's the one out there with Tank Davis and be like, yo, my man, get the hell out of here in Baltimore. It's nothing here for you, bro. It's nothing here for you, man. Get out of here. Go to Las Vegas. Work, man. See, that's you know when people be like, oh, Tank Davis got to be loyal to his peoples and stuff like that. Now, people got to be loyal to Tank Davis. Who's going to be his boy? Who's going to be his friend? Who's going to be his family member? Who's going to be his trainer? His trainer should be like, yo, my man, go out there with Floyd Mayweather. Come back when it's time, and you could come back whenever when it's training camp. Go out there right now. Go do pre-camp. And what of my quotes I always say, humbleness is not towards somebody. People will believe that you got to be humble and it's always got to be towards somebody. No, humbleness is also identifying your own greatness. It's identifying your own potentials, identifying knowing that you good. Loyalty as well. Loyalty just doesn't go one way. Loyalty has to go both ways. What up, Lou? Nah, you ain't late, my brother. We just getting started, y'all. We just getting started. Tank missed weight again. Evelyn, you know, he always missing weight. Yo, Mr. Moonshine, what's good? What you think about Spence versus Danny? We're going to get to that in a moment. But yes, I think it's a great matchup. And that's why that matchup is what actually sparked my question when it came to this era is better than the golden era. And people was like, damn, Punch, you crazy. Man, I don't know if I could agree with you on that one. Now you bugging. They say, what am I drinking? What am I smoking? Am I on K2? Mateo, good looking at my friend. We gonna get down and we gonna strip. We gonna strip and actually put all these things together. What is going on with Tank Davis? Is he getting overwhelmed with the fame and the money? Does he need to show off in front of his friends? Can somebody go out there? Because it looks like Floyd Mayweather can't convince him to go work out with him. It seems like Floyd Mayweather just can't handle Tank Davis. It looked like Leonard Ellaby just can't handle this kid. He's a boss. He don't want to listen to greatness, or he don't want to be involved with greatness because it's no excuse for Devin Haney to be in Baltimore right now. It's no excuse. Leave that ish behind, bro. Leave it behind. I'm not saying that you can't live your life as well. But you in a sport that is life or death, man. And if you could be prepared up to the most, why not do it? Why is Devin Haney in the TMT gym working with the master Floyd Mayweather? Why you're not there? He's not promoted by you. He's not with Mayweather Promotions. Is Floyd Mayweather getting money off Devin Haney? It's funny how Tank can miss weight, but he can never miss a plate. Is Tank Davis gonna be another Adrian Broner? And you know what? Every time somebody messes up, even if it's Earl Spence, why? I mean, I think it's time for us to stop blaming Adrian Broner because these guys is their own man. Because I think it's becoming a habit of people in the boxing world that every time somebody screw up of this young era, and they have some connection with Adrian Broner, we blame Adrian Broner for it. I think it's time for people to stop that. Man, I'm sorry that I even posed that question. You know what? Because I think that's unfair now. They all grown men. We can't be blamed. Errol Spence is 30. Gervonta Tank Davis is 25, 26 years old. There's no way why we could be blamed on Adrian Broner now. Because every time everybody be effing up, we blame, oh, man, he's going to be the next Adrian Broner. Oh, he's messing with Adrian Broner. He's going to the club with Adrian Broner. Nah, we need to stop that. These dudes, grown men. It's true. Haney is his own man and his own trainer, but working with Floyd, getting better while Tank isn't. I think Gervonta Tank Davis is his own man as well, but he's just not making the right decision, in my opinion. And maybe Gervonta Tank Davis is listening to us and said, "Who you punch drunk? Who you, Mr. Moonshine, gonna tell me what's the right decision to make? You don't got my career. You don't got what I got in my pockets. You don't put yourself in the ring like I do. What you talking about? I don't give a damn. I'm a fan, and I got logics. We break things down unbiasedly, logically, and objectively. And for me, it just doesn't look right. It looks kind of dumb for you to be out there in Baltimore while you could be out there with Floyd Mayweather, the master, that he could school you on a daily basis, with the business and the art. You can never not gain enough wisdom and knowledge. Why not take advantage? Can you imagine if I had to leave when I was playing ball and I could be and I could go to Jordan's house and he could give me a lot of pointers and I'm like, yo, the door is open. The door is open. LeBron James, the door is open to work out. And I'm like, I want to stay in the hood. Fat guy. Yeah, man. Punch is a couple of boxers that be watching this. Haney probably watching. Yeah, I know. You know why? Because Devin Haney has blocked me from all social media. No, you peeped that? To be honest, I ain't never seen Devin Haney in Instagram. I never even typed Devin Haney on Instagram. It's just one time I was trying to get a video he was training, and then I was automatically blocked. I was like, wow, what, me? What? In Instagram, I just be posting it. I don't even look at Instagram like that. I'm black on Twitter. I'm like, damn, he did listen to me. I know, fat. Devin Haney is a paper champion. We all know that. But let's stay on a positive note, Guido, because I mean, we all know that. That's self-explanatory. But at least Devin Haney is out there trying to be great and trying to take advantage. But working with the greats. He's doing what he's supposed to do. Technically wise, being a student of the game, he's doing what he needs to do. I mean, is this news? Tank can continue to do what he does since the competition doesn't require his full focus and still win. That's how they always feel. You know what? That's the way that they fall. That's a terrible mindset. That's not a championship mindset. That's what Mike Tyson thought, and guess what happened? He lost to Buster Douglas. That's what Anthony Joshua thought, and what happened? He lost to Andy Ruiz. That's what Amir Khan thought, and what happened? He lost to Prescott. That's what Zab Judah thought. He lost early in his career. Yeah, I'm drinking Coca-Cola. I'm just drinking the whatever is left, cause everybody be drinking Coca-Cola and then they leave me with this. So I gotta send a message to the people and be like, nah, that's it. It's mine. It's all mine. And I need to get hyped too. This live show is brought to you by Coca-Cola. Not diet, but the original Coca-Cola. It's all about the Dr. Pepper. Now, we could keep talking about that, but bro, channel, Melvin, yo, what's good, Melvin? What's good? I gotta put that up, my brother. You guys showing support to your boy, man. That's what I'm talking about, Melvin. How you doing, man? How's the Philippines people doing? Let me ask you a question, Melvin, before we go to the next subject. Do you believe that Manny Pacquiao? How would you feel as Manny Pacquiao as a senator, as a political official in the Philippines, and we're going through this coronavirus thing, we're going COVID-19. How would you feel if Manny Pacquiao leaves his political position to come to America for 2 months and get ready for a boxing bout while he also still got a duty as a senator? What do you feel about that? Because you're from the Philippines, so I want to know what the Philippines out there people feel. What do you feel? We need to talk about Teofimo Lopez, who's doing the right thing in the sport of boxing. Yes, we're going to do. Yes, we're going to do that too, Guido. Going to do that. Because we got to show support to the people that know how to earn the belt. Earn the status. Earn. Teofimo Lopez, earn the right to be called champion. It's time. You know what? And people, there's gonna be people out there be like, "Yo, come on, Punch, man, you going too much on it. You stressing it. You come on. Give Devin Haney some breathing room. Give all these boxers some breathing room. No, in the end of the day, I'm a damn fan, and I'm a damn fan of boxing. That comes first, and I'm gonna call it like I see it. I'm gonna call it like I see it. Yo, Marlon was good, man. Used to watch other boxing. Glad I came across you. Only watch you 90% great. Thank you, my brother. Thank you, my brother. God bless, man. Cause sometimes we're boxing fans first, and I think we get like too attached to boxers. Now we could love our our opinion and this style and this style. We could be a fan of this style better. I understand, but when we're talking about boxing, let's talk about it like if we not getting paid. Cause I'm not getting paid by boxers. We not getting paid by boxers. So why are we fighting like this is my mother I'm supposed to protect, or this is my brother or sister or my kids? Like, sometimes we talk like that. Like, yo, no, we got to protect it. Like, people don't even want to sound logical because they're a fan of this such and such and such and such. Nah, baby. We got our own boxing, man. We got our own family. We got our own principle. We got our own mind. If we see something, we the fans. We're the paying customers. We're the paying customers. It's time that we stop. We don't go to a restaurant and the restaurant be like, yo, I want you to eat this and pay for this. No. I'm going to ask what I want. And I'm gonna see what type of price is good for me. And if it's not good, I'm going to the next restaurant. And that's the way we gotta look at things when we're talking about the sport of boxing. There is no excuse. Nobody should come up with an excuse why Tank Davis can't be in Las Vegas working out with Floyd Mayweather Jr. While Floyd Mayweather Jr. is dedicated right now at this moment to be in the gym every day working with young fighters. Because at the end of the day, if you look at it, Devin Haney is not the one that's gonna have a big fight up next. At least it's not contracted. At least nobody's talking about that he's about to have some big fight. You know who's gonna be having a big fight? And it's gonna be Gervonta Tank Davis when he's gonna be fighting Leo Santa Cruz. He's supposed to be in the TMT gym with Floyd Mayweather. Nobody should have an excuse for that. Not Gervonta Tank Davis fans or things of that nature. Nobody should have no excuse for Gervonta Tank Davis to be in damn it Baltimore in the hood riding effing dirt bikes. Come on, man. Wake the hell up. Oh, you ain't get it? I don't know, man. Sometimes YouTube be hating on the kid. You feel me, Walter, man? YouTube is hating, man. Well, he's doing the right thing in the homeland, and he's a role model in the whole world. I think so. Okay. I think a lot of people saying the same thing about that. Every time I question it, should Manny Pacquiao just leave and come to America while we going through this epidemic and the Philippines is also going through? Is it safe? Is it real? If it's responsible? Because he got a responsibility. What's good, killer? What up, killer? I feel like Tank will easily beat Cruz. I don't know. You know what? Because we're not. Think about it. Like I said in the other, if y'all know what I've been saying in the other live shows and things of that nature, we don't critique Gervonta Tank Davis' skills. It's never about Gervonta Tank Davis' skills. We know he has special skills. We all know that. Whether you like him, whether you hate him, whatever, we all know that Gervonta Tank Davis got good skills and have great potential. And look, if Mike Tyson is one of your favorite boxers, if Mike Tyson consider you as one of his favorite boxers, that means you're doing something great. That means you're doing something good. Manny should stay where he is needed there more than here, even if you're in emotional support for this country. I think so too, man. I think so too. I agree with you, bro. I agree with you. I mean, if Manny, I just don't agree if you're a political official, because any political official would get criticized if he leaves at this time, right? If he goes, let's say Donald Trump be like, you know what, I'm out. I'm going on 2 months, and I'm gonna be playing golf. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? I just don't think at the time, because you have responsibility also, not just to be a fighter, but also responsibility to have a political position into helping the people in that type of way. Would it be fair for the other politicians to do the same? See? Would it be fair? Other politicians will be fighting. Why Manny Pacquiao had to leave? I want to leave too. I want to go on vacation too. I want to do something else too. I don't want to be here. He already been criticized here for still being a boxing while being a senator. Sad point. Damn. Okay, now for me that's effed up, but I'm talking about in this time, Carl, and the things that we're facing now, where it's just not America, it's just not in Asia, just not in the UK, but the whole world is affected by this. The whole world was on some type of lockdown or self quarantine or whatever. The whole world. It's not smart, in my opinion, for Manny Pacquiao to be like, okay, I gotta prepare for a fight. Let me go to California and work out for 2 months. At this time, I don't know. I don't know if that's a smart move. Now, if it was some other, he's doing it, when he does it in recess. But at this time, I don't know. I don't think it's a smart move. Because even though Manny Pacquiao is special, he's sending another message to his colleagues as well. It's all right, my brother. It's all right. We just getting started. Half an hour in. We could keep talking about the other things right now. Of course, we're going to be talking about now Errol Spence versus Danny Garcia. Errol Spence, you already know what happened to him. He could have been killed. But God blessed him with another chance. With another chance to keep doing what he's doing. With another chance to be a father. With another chance to be alive, be a friend, be a son. Another chance to take life more seriously. And it's easy. We already know he went through surgery, got oral surgery. It's easy for Errol Spence to pick an easy opponent, but guess what? He's picking Danny Garcia. A lot of people feel like Danny Garcia is going to be some easy touch. If you think Dinosaur Swift Garcia is going to be an easy touch, damn it, you must be out your damn mind. Because like I said, any given day, any of the top welterweights could lose to one another. Any of the top welterweights today could lose to one another. You put up the matchup, and any of them could win. Sean Porter, Bud Crawford, anyone could win. Manny Pacquiao, Keith Thurman rematch, anyone could win. Earl Spence, Bud Crawford, anyone could win. Earl Spence, Daniel Garcia, anyone could win. Ugas versus Daniel Garcia, anyone could win. Boxing needs to do what the UFC do. I think so too. But I don't believe that the top guys are going to be fighting the way the guys... Are we seeing Conor McGregor fight? Are we seeing John Jones fight? Are they going to fight the way these guys been fighting? I don't know. Conor can beat all them welterweights. Stop it. Stop it, my friend. What y'all think about Earl Spence versus Daniel Garcia? I believe it's a 50-50 fight. I believe it's a 50-50 fight to me. And the thing about this one, I believe this fight is going to go probably a little bit like the way that Mikey Garcia versus Earl Spence, but it's going to be different. I believe that Daniel Garcia has learned from the past. He's learned from the Keith Thurman fight that, you know what? He cannot start off slow. You can't, or you're going to fall behind, because Earl Spence throw high-volume punches, and he's going to keep throwing. If it goes to a decision, it's going to tally it up. And guess what? His output is probably the most. His output, he throws more punches than anybody in the welterweight division. So right now, statistically, Earl Spence throw more punches per round than any other welterweight right now. Before, of course, back in the days was Manny Pacquiao. He was throwing like 1,000 punches a fight. But right now, statistically, Earl Spence throws high volume punches, and Daniel Garcia actually is in the low. So for Daniel Garcia, he need to up his punches. He needs to start off fast. Do not start off, because he always likes to finish. He likes to finish strong, but he got to start fast, just like he did with Brandon Rio, just like he did with the Sean Porter fight. In the Sean Porter fight, he started and then he slacked a little bit. He should have kept doing what he was doing. Daniel Garcia, when he throw punches, he looks more special than what he really is. Walter, you got Swift. Okay. It's a 50-50 fight. I agree for life. Earl's going to go to the body, leaves him open to Danny's signature left hook. Exactly. That's when we get to this level. That's why when you get to this level, a lot of people don't like throwing body shots, because you got to remember, when these guys come out of the amateurs, a lot of these people, a lot of these fighters, they fight one another with the headgear, so they custom to hurting and to go, and it's strategy to go to the body. So when they come to the professional level, they knocking everybody else with the body. If you think about all the dudes, all the young dudes, they actually knocking people out with body shots. Then when you get to the elite level, you don't want to be countered, because, of course, when you go to the body, you're more subjected to be countered. That's a lot of space right there. Kalua, thank you, my friend. Thank you for supporting the channel, man. You always supporting the channel, man. Thanks for the donate, my brother. God bless you. Talk to me, Killer. Who you got? Earl Spence, Daniel Garcia. Who do you got and why? Thanks, my brother. Who you got, Kill? You Spence fans think Earl unstoppable. Stopping. I don't think Earl's unstoppable. I don't know that. I believe he's not unstoppable. I believe that nobody's unstoppable right now. Oh, yo, Kill, I got you. What? Don't worry about that. I got you, man. I got you. Promise you. Before the crash, Spence. After 50-50. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. People act like you can't counter a body shot. Exactly. You could definitely counter a body shot. Matter of fact, that's the most wide open. That's why when you go to the body, boom, counter, boom. if you fast enough, and I'm gonna tell you like this, Daniel Garcia, he never saw Errol Spence as special like that. Remember, both of these guys is very predictable. That's one thing. So if they study one another, it's not gonna be some hard test. It's not gonna be a hard test. But they all gonna hurt each other. Daniel Garcia got an upper body movement when his defense and stuff like that. His footwork is gotten better. His footwork has gotten better. But I don't believe that he's gonna be walking. Earl Spence is gonna be walking Daniel Garcia down, because he's gonna be looking to counter. If he goes to the body, he's gonna counter that body shot. Daniel Garcia is accurate counter punching. He's flat-footed, so everything he throws is with intentions. Everything he throws is with intentions. And you know what, Daniel Garcia, you gotta hit him with more than just a chin check, because Daniel Garcia ain't going down. Daniel Garcia ain't never go down. And you're right. Well, I don't know about that one, Nick. In the welterweight division, I think Sean Porter got the best resume. What names on it? Keith Thurman as well, because Keith Thurman beat Sean Porter and Dennis Garcia. So these guys got good resume, and we're gonna be breaking it down, because I'm gonna be breaking it down on why I believe that this welterweight division this welterweight era is better than the golden era of welterweights. Are y'all ready for that debate? Several minutes. Are y'all ready for that debate? Who want to debate me on that one? And I'm going to put the link out. Danny not going to be credit for the win. It's Spence fight to lose. I mean, that's going to be unfair. But you know what? When Keith Thurman lost, ain't nobody was blaming his car crash. I mean, his elbow. So once you sign the contract, there's no excuses. Yeah, man. But we're talking about the welterweight division, right, Nick? We're talking about the welterweight division, not what he did in 140 pound. We're talking about the welterweight division, 147. Remember, he fought Devin Alexander. Sean Porter fought Devin Alexander. I'm gonna get to that in a moment. Because I need to talk about the the era. Ugas beat Porter. I believe so too, Nick. I think Ugas did beat Porter, in my opinion. Damn, these flies, man. Messing with me, y'all. Punch. I didn't know you were live. I got a bad connection. Sorry. Come on, Toby. Toby, come on, Toby. But you're here now. This has been the weakest era for the division. No one fight anyone. I don't know that. I'm going to prove it wrong, Kill. I'm going to prove it wrong. I think that the majority, we just don't want to live the moment. We forget. We don't want to live the moment, and we're gonna go through that. We're gonna go to that conversation right now. Let's do it right now. The debate is right now. I'm saying that this welterweight division, this era, is better than the golden era. I'm talking about the Roberto Duran. I'm talking about the Wilfred Benitez. I'm talking about the Sugar Ray Leonard. I'm talking about that era. Yes, I'm saying it. Woo, a lot of people gonna feel, but what? I'm up for the debate. So, Killer, I'm gonna say this right quick. Look at the matches that we had. We always, in the boxing world, we always want to say, and when I say we, I mean collectively, that back in the days, they all fought each other. Back in the days, the top guys fought each other. Right? So, We got Sean Porter versus Kell Brook. We got Sean Porter versus Danny Swift Garcia. Sean Porter versus Keith Thurman. Sean Porter versus Earl Spence. Earl Spence versus Kell Brook. Earl Spence versus, you already said, Porter. Keith Thurman versus Danny Swift Garcia. Keith Thurman versus Porter. Keith Thurman versus Manny Pacquiao. Also, you want to add the second tier type of fighters in the welterweight division, like the Devin Alexander of the world. We can add Devin Alexander. Remember, Sean Porter beat Devin Alexander for the IBF World title. Let's not forget, because probably we're gonna forget, but Devin Alexander was a problem when he was it, right? Danny Swift Garcia fought Porter. Danny Swift Garcia fought Thurman. Second tier for goes Guerrero, right? Look at all Ugas fought Porter. Now tell me, in the top welterweights, they all fighting one another. Now, of course, we're going to be like, oh, what about Bud? Bud was the last person to come to the welterweight division. And even if you take out Bud in the welterweight division, they all still fighting one another. And now we're going to see Earl Spence fight Danny Swift Garcia. So I'm saying, in the welterweight division, everybody's already fighting one another, but people just do not want to. They don't want to live the moment. They already began fighting one another. How many unification bouts? We had 2 unification bouts. We had Keith Thurman versus Danny Swift Garcia, 2 undefeated fighters. We had Sean Porter versus Spence. And now let's talk about exactly Devin B. Peterson in his prime. And now let's talk about Ugas and Crawford are being phased out. They are probably top. But still, even if they're being phased out, let's look at what's happening already. People remember, this era is still not finished. That's what I mean. You see, let's say you said Ugas and Crawford are being phased out and they are prime at the top, but everyone is running. Okay, but that's what I mean. That we're not looking now. We're it's like, all right, forget about what's happening, and now we're coming with more, because that's what it is in the sport of boxing. We always want more. We always want more. We have something in front of our face, but now we want more. Just like the Earl Spence versus Sean Porter. We like, nah. Well, we don't want to see Earl. We want to see Earl Spence, Bud Crawford. But at the end of the day, that's a 50-50 fight, a unification bout. But people want Bud and Spence, so we overlook everything else in the welterweight division. But in reality, everybody's already fighting one another. Let's give it more of a chance. When Bud Crawford's get in the mix, he's going to get in the mix. He's going to get in the mix. And then I think it's just going to further validate my point about that this era at welterweight is the better era of the other one, of the golden era, in which a lot of people like to critique this era with that era. But think about it. Think about it. Who's fought each other in the welterweight division out there in the golden era? Who they talk about? In the welterweight, I'm not talking about when Ray Leonard fought Tommy Hearns when it was middleweight. I'm not talking about Hearns and Hearn and Leonard when it was a middleweight. I'm not talking about in the middleweight. I'm talking about the 147. I'm talking about the welterweight division, and that's what I think I got a lot of people on. That people would, oh yeah, but this fight they all fought one another. Well, Frey Benitez, he fought Hearns in 154 pounds. Right? Name me all the fights at welterweight compared to all the top guys fighting in this era. No way, Punch. Those guys were brave. They wanted those fights. Yeah, but Toby. But that's what I mean. They want these fights today. Why? Why is the narrative of they wanted to fight, but so Keith Thurman ain't want to fight with Sean Porter? Because when Keith Thurman fought Sean Porter, where was Earl Spence? Earl Spence was behind all these guys. When Keith Thurman fought Danny Swift Garcia, Earl Spence was behind these guys, so the best was fighting the best. Look, Danny Swift Garcia versus Keith Thurman at that time when they fought, they was the best welterweight. But people have it in their mind, oh no, it's Earl Spence and Bud Crawford, when Bud Crawford wasn't even fighting in the welterweight division. You see, because people just didn't want to stay in the today. They always looking above. They never want to give credit. Nah, but that's not the welterweight division. And come with Ryan Garcia Tio. That's the lightweight. We talking about welterweight. We talking about welterweight. And I'm gonna prove it to y'all because I know. Look, we get in the habit when we sport fans. We get in the habit of devaluing today because we always want to bring out cemented legacy. We want to devalue today, and we also take the media's perspective. Excuse me, I'm sorry. The media perspective. Now tell me, at the welterweight division, welterweight. Let's talk about welterweight. Who has Tommy Hearns fought and beat at welterweight? Because it's gonna be a debate. Matter of fact, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna put the line up. I'm gonna put the link up. I'm gonna put the link up because we're gonna be talking about this. Whoever wants to debate, there's gonna be a debate for today. I'm on the side of this era is better than the golden era. I want to know who want to debate this. I remember we just boxing fans, nothing personal, nothing like that. We want to be educated, right? Let's talk about it. Thomas Hearns, who did he beat in the welterweight division in his prime? Let's start with Thomas Hearns because, of course, they always want to talk about Wilfred Benitez. They want to talk about Thomas Hearns. They want to talk about Roberto Duran. Let's talk about because I know that Roberto Duran was probably one of the best lightweight ever. But we're talking about the welterweight division, the era of the welterweights. And I said today's era is better than the golden era. All these guys in their 30s ducking, but they already fought. Half of them already fought one another. The only fight that we haven't seen is Thurman and Spence, Thurman and Bud Crawford and Spence. Of course, Bud and the other and the Dennis Garcias of the world, but already these guys are already fighting one another. The narrative is that everybody in the past fought each other, and they never duck one another. And they fought each other every time they called each other out. That's the narrative. Like, think about it. That's the narrative. That's what I'm looking at everybody right now. Everybody got a smartphone. Let's go. Let's go into the resumes right now. Who did Thomas Hearns beat at welterweight? Nobody want to answer the question? Because after he lost to Sugar Ray Leonard, he moved up to super welterweight and fought with Frey Benitez. He moved to the 154 pounds. So, like I said, Thomas Hearns with Frey Benitez was not in 147, was not in the welterweight division. It was in the 154-pound division. What's up, Glenn? What's good, my brother? And I don't believe Thurman. Yeah, I don't believe Thurman ever ducked Spence. Let's move over to the Roberto Duran in the welterweight division. In the welterweight division. Yo, what's good, Cleve? In the welterweight division, who did Roberto Duran beat in the welterweight division? Ray Of course, we already know the Sugar Ray Leonard. He lost to Sugar Ray Leonard. So that was one of the biggest fight in the welterweight division, the Sugar Ray Leonard versus Roberto Duran. Back-to-back fights, but that's only one fight, y'all. Tommy Hearns didn't fight nobody in the welterweight division and like that. Oh my God, this is the era. This is the fight in the welterweight division. He didn't fight nobody in the 147-pound division. Ray Leonard and Roberto Duran fought one another back to back. One win, and we already know the no mas. That's only one fight in the welterweight division. Like I said, I'm going after the narrative that people do not fight one another like they did in the past in the welterweight division. I just mentioned all the fights already in the top welterweight, top 5 welterweight. They've all been fighting one another already. They've all been fighting one another already. Roberto Duran only fought one great battle in the welterweight division, and then in the 154-pound division, he fought with Floyd Benitez. Now, if the question was maybe what was the best 154-pound division, what era, then you're going to be like, oh, maybe 154-pound division. Because these guys was fighting in the 154 and in the middleweight division. But we're talking about the welterweight division. I want to know if I'm wrong. Roberto Duran fought Hector Camacho in the middleweight division, though, Steven. In the middleweight division. We're talking about the welterweight division. That's what I mean. A lot of these fights, what's good, H? A lot of these fights happen in the middleweight division, in the 154-pound division, but welterweight division. Let's talk about the welterweight division. You feel me? Let's talk about the welterweight division. I'm saying that this welterweight division is better than the golden era welterweights. I already mentioned all the guys that fought thus far this era. And the only fight that people could give me in the welterweight division, the 147-pound division in the golden era, is Leonard and Duran. Name me the other fights. Prove me wrong. Now we're talking about the golden era. We're talking about the era when they always want to mention, oh, the Hearns, the Floyd Benitez, the Duran. They always want to mention that era to devalue this era, and I'm standing up for this era. I'm standing up for the Earl Spence. I'm standing up for the Keith Thurman. I'm standing up for the Sean Porter, Daniel Garcia, and of course Manny Pacquiao as well, because he got a belt in this era. He won a belt, so he's still in cahoots with this era. Does anybody want to debate me on this one? I guess I'm right. I guess I'm right. Not even debatable. Yo, H, what's good?
Yo, what's up with it? What's good, my brother?
I'm chilling, man.
Man, quick shout outs to everybody in the chat, man. Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe to Mr. Moonshine. Mr. Moonshine. I always wanted to say that. That shit is funny when you say that. That shit is real funny when you say that, brother. Shout outs to Glenn, Welterwight, my brother Guido. Man, it's a pleasure to be here, brother. You know what I mean? You're doing a great job like always. You know, I'm always here to show support. And man, appreciate you, my brother. I just want to let you know, brother. You know, man, I be doing my thing. You know, I be working. I'm dropping videos too. Man, come support me. I seen you on a black and brown joint. You know what I mean? Why you can't support your boy? Why you can't support me though?
All right, I don't get the notification when you go in live.
You subscribe to me, like,
or you mute.
I'm mute.
Oh no, you're not. Nah, cause I remember you were supposed to go. You were supposed to go at 5:30, right?
Yeah.
I clicked it, but I clicked it in the morning because I thought you was gonna go that like in the morning and stuff like that. But I was
Okay,
sleeping
yeah.
around that time.
Subscribe to me
But when
too,
you gonna
my
go?
brother. Subscribe to me too. You can hear
I
me? I'm
got you.
good.
Where?
You
Yeah, I
can
mean you sounding like late. Like there's a delay.
let me add me out and add me back in. Let me add myself.
Yeah.
What I sound like now? Still messed up?
Now I hear you clearly, but you would delay. It's like you speaking in one of the Chinese movies.
Okay, let me hit. I'm gonna exit. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come back then. I'll
You
be
good?
right
You
back.
good now? You good? You good now?
Okay, yo, man, yeah, man. I had Glenn and Guido on the show with me, man. Thank you, man. Thank you for introducing me to good brothers like Glenn and Guido, man. You know that means a lot to me, brother. You like that's basically sharing with me. You know what I mean? So, man, let's make it happen. You know
Put
what
it
I
this way.
mean?
Put it this way. Right. When look, we got a couple of people right now. When are you going online? When you going to go live stream so we can all support you?
For sure, we're gonna do it probably this Saturday or Sunday.
Give
Because
it a time. Give it a time so we all know.
Saturday or Sunday, and it's gonna be possibly around 9:30 Eastern time. I know you in New York, so it's 9:30 Eastern time, 8:30 Central time. I'm gonna have Glenn and Guido back on there with me. Ring IQ. Just to be honest, bro, like Ring IQ did some whole ass shit. Like I'm gonna be real with you. I know you don't have nothing to do with it, but Ring IQ is a cloud chaser. Like man, Glenn went over there to talk just pure boxing with the man. Glenn and what Glenn, me, I just met Glenn on your channel. So Glenn went over there to talk boxing how he do with you. Dude, man, start acting like a real bitch. I'm gonna be honest. He was saying Glenn talks too loud. Glenn, his voice is too aggressive, and all of that. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? And then he said something about the man's family. Just to be honest. So Glenn is going in on him, bro. You really want to see what Glenn got to go? I mean, what Glenn got to say? Glenn going in, bro. Like, so shout outs to Glenn, my brother, man. Matter of fact, me and Glenn talked on the phone yesterday. Me and Glenn, we talk on the phone. I just try to keep it real as possible. You know what I mean?
That's what's up, man. That's how the boxing community, us fans, we come together, agree, disagree, but we also further educate one another in our different perspectives.
For sure, for sure. And
Let me ask you a question, H. So they said Danielson Garcia, Earl Spence. Who you got?
man, it's in that fight. I say Spence is the much better fighter. Of course, Spence is the better fighter, but I don't think as a return to boxing. Earl Spence is not even clear to spar yet. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
he's not even clear to spar yet. The accident been months ago, so I don't think in his comeback fight to boxing that's the right fight. I think Spence is doing much better. He looks healthy. I don't think I think Spence is actually eating properly now. Like he said, he lost 15 pounds. He's changing his habits. He's rededicated to the sport. But at the same time, my brother, I don't think it's possibly that time, you know what I mean, for him to go straight to a Danny Garcia fight. He needs to get a tune-up fight, possibly Maurice Lee. Maurice Lee from TMT. He fights for the money team. I think that's the best fight for him.
Now let me say this though. We know that Earl Spence is going, he's getting healthy again. But remember, the clubs are closed. How about when the clubs open? Everybody could do good right now. The strip club is closed. So everybody's doing good. Even Floyd Mayweather in the gym. Everybody in the gym, everybody, doing what they're supposed to be doing. What about when everything opens up again?
Everything opens up again. I
Earl
think
Spence.
he's rededicated though, Mr. Moonshine. I know you come from the hood, you come from the streets. Like certain brothers, like they need to go through something to change themselves. You know how it goes. You know how some brothers they have to get locked up, go to jail to change their life. Like Malcolm X. Malcolm X is a clear example. He was in the streets. He was a drug dealer. He was a pimp. But once he went to jail, it changed his life. Like maybe that car accident will inspire Earl Spence to become a better person. And I think that's what's going on with him. And I wish the young man nothing but the best. You know what I mean? And
Me too, me too, me too.
yeah, I think he's a changed man. Seriously.
Me too. What and let me ask you this question too. The Floyd Mayweather, because that's your boy, Devin Haney. That's your boy. So my thing, I said I put it out there, and I'm just assuming. Do you think that Floyd Mayweather is just training Devin Haney, but it's also training Devin Haney to show Gervonta Tank Davis where he's supposed to be, and he could be easily replaced as a prodigy? What you think about that? Is he sending a subliminal message to Tank Davis? While Tank Davis in Baltimore, Dirk riding, and all that stuff in the hood, he got a big fight coming with Leo, and he's out there, got a belly. We saw in the picture. We saw the belly, and we got Devin Haney training with a master. And you know that Floyd Mayweather be putting out videos, and he put it strategically. So what you think? Is he just working with a young dude, or also he's sending a subliminal message to Gervonta Tank Davis? What do
Well,
you think?
to be honest, I think Floyd Mayweather has been a part of Devin Haney's life since Devin Haney was 8 years old. So he has a relationship with Devin Haney since Devin Haney was 8 years old. Devin Haney trained with Floyd Mayweather Sr. before Gervonta Davis. Floyd Mayweather knew Devin Haney before he knew Gervonta Davis.
Yeah.
So he has a relationship with Devin Haney. I think Floyd Mayweather sees himself in a young Devin Haney, and he wants to help him. And Gervonta Davis he's not that type of fighter where he lives and breathes boxing 24/7. Devin Haney's always in the gym. He's always training. He's always running, and that's what Floyd Mayweather was doing during that same age. So is he sending a subliminal? I don't think so, but people can take it that way, like how you have. I seen you make a post about it. You made me laugh when you did that post, to be honest, man. I was rolling. You always how to, man. How to turn something up, man. Yeah, maybe Gervonta is taking it as a subliminal. Maybe Gervonta looking at it like, yo, you training this guy who's calling me out, a guy who's in my same weight class. I think Floyd Mayweather sees himself in Devin Haney. And Devin Haney, bro, like, I've been telling you, even you said Devin Haney has the talent, but that's how you become the next Floyd Mayweather. You go train with him. You go spar with him. You learn from the GOAT himself. You learn from the best fighter of this era. And that's what Devin Haney's doing.
Let me time in Guido. You can stay. Let me put some Guido. Oh,
Yeah, what's going on, brother?
what's good, bro? What do you think? What do you think about the Mayweather training Haney? We all know that they got a history together, but also I was saying I also said, what about if Devin Haney if Oscar De La Hoya was doing that with Devin Haney? Do you think Ryan Garcia will catch some type of, yo, my man, come on, yo, really? I mean, you really gonna change Devin Haney? I'm with Golden Boy, cause Tank Davis could look at it the same way. Remember, they in the same weight class. Devin Haney has called out Gervonta Tank Davis. He's gonna be looking like, yo, Floyd, you really gonna be training this guy to beat me? Or Floyd Mayweather gonna look at him, at least he's in the gym with me. Where you at? Because it looks like
Yeah,
they have some type of strange, I don't know, because
yeah,
in the last
that's
fight,
weird.
Floyd Mayweather wasn't even promoting the fight really. He just showed up in the last week. He wasn't even talking about it. He didn't post nothing on Instagram. He wasn't promoting Gervonta Tank Davis at all. And we all know since day one, Floyd Mayweather been wanting Gervonta Tank Davis to move to Las Vegas, but Davis just want to stay in the hood. He just want to stay in Baltimore. I don't know. That's why I felt like, yes, he got a relationship. Of course, Devin Haney's always in the TMT gym and is always welcome him to the TMT gym. But I also think that he put that video out there also to throw a shot at Gervonta Tank Davis, because Floyd Mayweather just don't throw videos out there. You gotta put
Yeah,
he
uh,
always have a strategic, when he does something, it's always strategic.
yeah. Like he was trying to get Gervonta Tank Davis mad. You know what I'm saying? And you know how Floyd Mayweather is. He knows he likes to send on shots on people, and he likes to use people, like you said, and I believe that. That's what Floyd Mayweather's always been about.
Yeah,
You
I
know
think
what?
You
so.
know?
You know what, Punch? Floyd Mayweather really wanted to sign Devin Haney. He really
Oh
wanted
yeah,
to
yeah,
sign him. He
yeah,
even said it. He was training him for a long time. Devin Haney was a part of the money team, but when he had an opportunity to look at different contracts, Eddie Hearn presented the best offer for him. Gave him his own promotional company, made him a multi-millionaire, and Devin Haney, man, if he's training with Floyd Mayweather, bro, the best fighter that I've ever seen, you know, the best fighter that of this era, 50-0, fought everybody, 21-time world champion, 5 different weight classes, fought the best from Pacquiao, Canelo, Miguel Cotto, Shane Mosley, Diego Corrales, rest in peace, Diego. You know, Floyd fought them all, Zab Judas. And now he's learning one-on-one. Floyd Mayweather is training Devin Haney for his next fight. There's nobody going to beat him. And shout outs to Teofimo Lopez Sr., Teofimo Lopez, the fighter. And, man, Devin Haney was actually watching Teofimo Lopez, his film against the Japanese guy that, you know, that I had beaten Teofimo. Devin Haney was watching it and like, yo, Teofimo is flat-footed. I'm going to beat him down. And, man, just bro, he got the best fighter ever possibly in his corner. Nobody's gonna beat him. Nobody.
So it's fair to say then. It's fair to say that. Damn, hold on. It's fair to say that Devin Haney should be ahead of his class. And I'm talking about what ahead of his class is, meaning the head of the class of the Shakur Stevenson, the Ryan Garcia, the Teofimo Lopez. He should be, because he's been working with all the Mr. Miyagis. That's like me. That's like me putting my son, yo, go work out with Steph Curry with the jump shot, go work out with LeBron James, and go get some gyms from Michael Jordan. Because that's Devin Haney, really. Roy Jones Jr., Floyd Mayweather
Sr.,
Floyd Mayweather Sr., that's what I'm talking about. That's what I say. He's been working
with
Mike
McCullum.
Yeah.
The body snatcher.
He's been working with all the Mr. Miyagis. So, I think, I don't want to be unfair also, but he should have the upper hand because he has all the wisdom next to him. I mean, think about all the wisdom that he's recording. So I feel like Devin Haney should be. I'm not saying he is, but he should be ahead of his class.
Okay, let me say this. Devin Haney is ahead of his class. That's why Devin Haney was the first one out of all.
Ace. Come on, Ace.
Wait, you come in after
come
me,
on, my brother.
You come in after me.
Come on, Ace.
I'm gonna be short. Look, Devin Haney is ahead of his class. That's why he was world champion before all of those guys. Ryan Garcia, Teofimo Lopez, Shakur Stevenson. He was the first one to become champion. That's why he's calling out Lomachenko. That's why Lomachenko requested the French Fries title. He went to the WBC and asked for that belt. That's why Tank Davis, Gervonta Davis is ducking Devin Haney. That's why Teofimo Lopez avoided the WBC tournament. That's why, Ryan Garcia said Devin Haney's name last when it came to fighting Devin Haney. That's why Devin Haney's calling out Mikey Garcia's, Adrian Broner's, willing to move up and wait. Who's the first one out of all these fighters that called out Lomachenko? Who's the first one that decided he's going to move up and wait to go fight Mikey Garcia's, all those guys?
All that's debatable. But I really don't want to turn this into the Devin Haney show again.
Me too.
I really don't want
to. I got you. I understand.
Because then we're gonna go all the way to the Devin Haney, the Teofimo Lopez, and the tournament, and them skipping and Teofimo going to the IBF, which I believe was a good move once the WBC told. Because if the WBC, the president told in an interview that Devin Haney knew that fighting that interim title with Abdullayev, that he was not going to be placed as mandatory. If Devin Haney knew that, that means the rest of the people in those eliminators knew that. So Teofimo Lopez be like, why am I going to stay in this eliminator, fight 2 fights to get, and I'm never going to get a Lomachenko? Let me just go to the IBF, get the eliminator, and go to Richard Comey and get a title. See, I think this was what happened in that moment is that it's 2 ways. Are you want to be a champion or are you trying to go after Lomachenko? That's what it is. When Teofimo Lopez went to the IBF, I want to be a champion. That's it. I'm not going through this WBC stuff. Devin Haney, he knew, and he also could have gone to the IBF, and probably it would have been Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez fighting for some type of eliminator. Right now, the IBF is still open. Okay.
Wait, they could have been met up in the WBC tournament as well. If Teofimo would have came to the WBC tournament, you could have said that part.
No, but look, am I trying to fight 2 fights, or am I trying to fight Devin Haney, or I'm trying to be a champion? Because look, if he stayed in the eliminator, he'll fight Fortuna, right? Let's say he beats Fortuna. Let's say Devin Haney beats Abdullayev. Then they fight one another.
That's what we want. That's
no,
the
no.
fight we want. Forget the belt. Make the big fights. Belts ain't, bro. Anybody can win a belt. Broner, 4-time champion fighting bums. Fight the biggest names. Let's fight the biggest names.
But it's easy to say that when you're already a big name. It's easy to say that when you're Canelo Alvarez. It's easy to say that when you're Floyd Mayweather. But as your first title, you're trying to be a champion. You're not basing your career at this stage, at the age of 20 years old. Remember, because they was 20 years old. Oh, this is the fight that I want. It's the Devin Haney fight. Or you're actually at that moment trying to be a champion. That's what I'm saying. I don't think that even Devin Haney is looking like, yo, I'd rather fight Teofimo Lopez than be a champion. Because if you think about it, who they fought at that time.
Well, this is how I felt. I mean,
and another thing, hold on. And another thing, if David Haney had all those people in his corner, why would he even accept the email champion? You feel me? And I feel like the FEMA earned it the right way. He earned it the right way, and he beat Comey. And when a lot of people didn't think he was gonna beat Comey.
Comey ain't beat nobody. So, I don't want to make it different.
What you mean he didn't beat nobody? He's the champion.
Man, Adrian Broner, 4-time champion. Who he beat? Doesn't matter.
Comey's the champion though, and he beat him, and the FEMA earned it the right way. What did David Haney beat?
Guido, Comey is a hype job. He didn't beat anybody, bro.
He's a champion, bro, and he has power in both hands.
Anybody can win a belt, bro. Anybody could beat a bum for a belt, bro. Anybody.
So you accept David Haney to become email 2-time champion?
Hey, Lennox Lewis became a champion without beating anybody. Teofimo Lopez got outboxed by a Japanese bum, bro. By a nobody. He got beat already. He got exposed, bro.
Nah, he's not.
He didn't lose to the Japanese, bro. He didn't lose.
He's not a bum.
He did not lose to that guy.
It was a robbery.
Nah, come on, hey, come on. He did not lose that fight. Come on, man. He beat him clearly. He beat him clearly. He was just an aqua fighter.
He got outboxed, bro. But I don't want to go back and forth too much about it. Guido has his opinion. I respect him. He like Tio. I like Haney. Let's make it happen. You know what I mean?
All right. So, hold up, damn. All right, man. Let's talk about. Y'all want to debate what I want to debate to, or y'all in for it, or y'all don't want to deal with that.
I'm down. Who is it? The Roberto Duran situation you was talking about?
Yeah. Let me time in. Let me time in D. Hold on. H-Man, I'm gonna bring you back on. All right.
All right.
What's good, D Jefferson? What's good?
What's good, Punch? What's good with you, fam?
I'm chilling, my brother, man. Smoking that good shit, huh?
Oh, you already know, dog. You already know. But look, I just wanted to say this right quick, and I'm glad you kind of switched it off because the dude don't like me, and I don't want him to start yelling, and I'm not trying to disrupt your show. But Teofimo Lopez, okay?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to hear all this nonsense about Devin Haney, bro. Look, I like Devin Haney, and I was one to advocate for Devin Haney. I think he's extremely talented and everything. Okay. But let's not sit up here and say that Richard Comey didn't beat anyone. If you look at, I'm just going to say one name, Ray Beltran. Nobody Devin Haney fought can stand up to Ray Beltran. Period. And Comey beat him. And that's a fact.
That's a good one that a lot of people don't even bring up.
I mean, that's a fact. So Ray Beltran, which is a Comey win, is better than anybody on Devin Haney's resume. So you can't discredit him as a champ when Devin Haney hasn't even beat anybody that he already done dusted off.
That's ranked in the top 30. He hasn't beat anybody in the top 30.
So, but Teofimo, like my man, I think your boy Guido was saying,
yeah,
like I'm with him all the way. We can't sit here and praise Devin Haney. Teofimo, out of all of the young guns, Shakur, Devin Haney,
he's the number one dude.
Ryan Garcia, he's the only one who has earned a belt.
Yeah.
And he has worked himself into a fight with the greatest at 135. So he's done both of those things. He's in a win-win situation with this fight with Lomachenko. Whether he wins or loses is good for Teofimo because he's fighting the best. No one can say anything if he loses to Lomachenko. And if he beats him, it's enormous, okay? So, like, Teofimo is in the best position out of all these young guns right now. Teofimo has proven the most out of all of these young guns right now. And Devin Haney, you had your belt handed to you twice. You lost it, champion in recess. They gave it back to you, but you have never defended it, and you have never beaten anyone. So we cannot say that Devin Haney is ahead of Teofimo Lopez. No.
Devin Haney, I say like this: Devin Haney had a potential to be a champion, highly potential. I think that him becoming a world champion was going to be inevitable, but also, I also think he had the power to not accept what the WBC was throwing at him. Because just like I was explaining to H Money, at the time of the tournament that they was about to create, if the president, which I had a video talking about that, the president of WBC, Mauricio Sudamon, said that Devin Haney signed a contract knowing that he was not going to be a mandatory defense to Lomachenko.
Right.
So if Devin Haney knows that, the guys in the eliminator in that little tournament, these 4 guys, they know about it. Reason why Teofimo's looking at it like, I'm out to the IBF. I'm gonna go be a champion.
Right.
My quest is to be a champion. My quest is not to fight a Devin Haney or Abdullayev. I'm gonna go to the route and become champion because in my estimation, this is the way I'm looking at it. The WBC is out of their mind. They don't even know what they're doing. They're making decisions while drinking Don Julio and tequila.
Suleiman wild as hell, bro. Suleiman
They wild.
as hell.
And even when you asked him the question, right, he was like, I don't want to talk about it. You don't understand. The things don't be the same. And I'm like, yo, right there, you got to be a fighter and be like, I'm not messing with the WBC. Also, I also said that Devin Haney, when you become a champion, you actually paying the most sanctioning fees. So the WBC is actually giving him a bell and be like, yo, here. And now you got to pay the most sanctioning fees.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at Devin Haney, you a boss, right? Why are you going to be subjected to that? Move to the IBF. The slots are open. Number 1 and number 2 still today in the lightweight division, number 1 and number 2 is all open for grabs. You want Teofimo Lopez. If anybody wants Teofimo Lopez right now, go to the IBF. The number 1 and number 2 slot is open. You probably fight one eliminator, and you up for the fight. And the IBF is man strict, and they don't play.
They don't play. They will strip you. You know what I mean? They don't fuck around, bro. And so, and it's like this with Devin Haney too. Yeah. Just going back to the tournament that we were talking about, because I just did a video on this. Well, it was like a little live, a ride along. I do what's called ride along with DJ, and I was talking about this. Okay. As a matter of fact, Teofimo Senior, he came and commented on that video. Okay. That same video. You understand what I'm saying? So I did a ride along on this video, and here's the idea on this. Devin Haney went out on Instagram, and he's talking about some Teofimo had the chance to fight me, and he chose to take another route. So this is based on piggybacking off what you was talking about. Mm-hmm. Well, Devin Haney, the other route led him to where he is now. Yeah. And look where you are, an unproven champ. An unproven paper champ. This dude is a proven champ about to get the fight with Lomo. That's the fight all y'all was crying for. So by him not fighting you, getting out of that tournament, that wasn't a mistake, Devin Haney. That was good for Teofimo because he's in a better position than all of you. Like, What are you talking about, Devin Haney?
I mean, I think I've been very documented on how I feel about this whole situation with Devin Haney. I know people gonna be people call me a hater of Devin Haney. All I'm saying, I was just very disappointing on his moves. I do not complain about his skills. His skill set is good. His skill set is great. It's getting better. But his moves for me, and then when he it doesn't match what he says. Everybody is ducking him. Yo, you're nobody yet to be ducked. Right. Nobody looks down. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I think this is what it is also, that a lot of people in the boxing world, a lot of fans really do not follow boxing and the ins and outs of boxing on a daily basis like we follow the other respective sports. Right. So it's easy for a Devin Haney or any other fighter to just say something and people believe it. Oh, right. Yo, he's ducking. Oh, yo, he's ducking. Oh, he's been calling. Just because you call out somebody, that doesn't mean that you're winning a fight. This is not school. This is not 3 o'clock after school, and you call out somebody and we go and fight.
Yo, this dude. Don't pay no attention to it. I'm good. I told you he don't like me, bro. He don't like me, but that's because, hey, man, let me tell you something, Punch Drunk. Look. I go around, and you already done kicked it with me before, bro. So you already know where I come from.
Okay.
Man, I be body bagging niggas up and they can't take it, dog. You know what I'm saying? That heat, bro. You know what I'm saying? Heat. You know, the dude he talk about Monty Brown TV, he came on my live. I had to body bag him up. He had to go on his live talking crazy. So I mean, it's just what it is, bro. Like you gotta know your shit when you talk to me. Period. Like if you don't know what you're talking about, don't come talking to me because I'm gonna destroy you if you're talking crazy. So
God, yo, stay in the
yeah,
comment
yeah,
box. I'm
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
I'm, I'm gonna put up a raffle right here. H, I got you next, cause I know you're about to go in, but let me get this. Let me get this perspective. Yo, what's
Hey,
good,
how's it
man?
going? How's
What's
it
good,
going,
my
man?
brother? I'm doing good, and
Yeah,
you?
yeah, I'm doing good. Actually, long time subscriber. I never really comment on many people's channels, but always hit the like button. We cooking. What we cooking on exactly right now?
So we cook it on. All right, the first thing I came up with is Mayweather training Devin Haney. Is he throwing a subliminal shot at Gervonta Tank Davis? You know that Devin Haney, of course, they have a relationship with the Mayweather and the TMT gym. But I believe that Mayweather doesn't throw out videos. Is he throwing a subliminal shot at Devin Haney, at Gervonta Tank Davis by training Devin Haney? They're in the same division, you know. And also, the Earl Spence versus Danny Swift Garcia was the take on that. And also I was debating about this era of welterweights is better than the golden era of welterweights. So you could time in on whatever you want to time in, my brother.
Yeah, first of all, the subliminal message. I think that's a high probability. Gervonta dedication. That's one thing Floyd never lacked himself.
Yeah.
Devin seems to be a well dedicated young man, very dedicated in terms of keeping fitness. He keeps weight very well, always comes in tremendous shape. Gervonta, not so. So I think there might be something there. Maybe he's trying to say you need to get more dedicated or I'm out. There's a
Mm-hmm.
possibility of that, but I don't tend to read too much into it myself personally. If you let's see, what was the next part? The Danny Garcia and Spence fight.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
What you feel about that matchup? Do you
I
think that
like
Errol
I like the
Spence is prepared? Do you think Errol Spence prepared? Remember, he's not even clear to
clear
spar.
to spar. Yeah.
He still don't got the teeth that he's supposed to get or whatever. Um, is it smart by Earl Spence, or is he just looking at Danny Silva Garcia like this is not a real threat?
Well, one, Danny Garcia didn't look great against Ivan Redkach. He actually looked pretty poor by his own admitted standards. He said that himself, that he performed pretty poorly at the end of the fight. He
Yeah,
should be
he said
beating
he
a
was
lightweight.
overweight too.
Yeah, he's fought against two lightweights in his last fight in Granada. His last fight's Granados, who he looked really good against, and then Redkach, who he looked very bad against. So we don't really know what Danny. Danny doesn't have any marquee wins at welterweight as such. Um, moving away from Danny specifically and Spence, we do not know where he is, but because he's the WBC and IBF champion, he does need to fight a top 10 guy, voluntary. So who does he go to? Does he go to Ugas, who makes him no money? Who else do they have on the PBC? I mean, really, Danny'd be the best guy who might be the lowest risk. You put him in with Porter again, that damage after that, he could end up being stopped by Porter. So they might be looking at all the intangibles. Danny didn't look too great. Danny hasn't got an amazing win yet at welterweight, so it's also quite
True.
marketable to the Puerto Rican fan base. Well, to some extent, the Puerto Rican fan base, not massively, but to some
Yeah,
extent.
I don't think his fan base is actually like a Trinidad,
No, nowhere near. It's nowhere
yeah,
near.
a Kokoto. I don't think he's that Puerto Rican influence. You know, I think he's more like a what you call like a New Yorican. He's from Philly, but like we call it like a New Yorican and stuff like that. I don't think. I mean, he don't even know how to speak Spanish, so I don't think
Mm-hmm.
he's really into that fan base or the fan base is into him. If it was, he'll be a huge star. He'll probably be top 3 money making dude in the sport of boxing. But I even heard what you said about Ugas, and it's true. Like, who's gonna fight Ugas for the low pay?
Well,
I don't think Keith Thurman is gonna fight him. I don't think Earl Spence is gonna fight him. I don't think Bud Crawford is gonna fight him. So maybe Ugas need to talk to Eddie Hearns and move up to and move to Matchroom and let's see what he could if he could get a fight with like the Jesse Vargas of the world or the Kell Brook of the world, because I don't believe he's gonna get nobody's gonna fight him. I don't think so.
mm-hmm. I agree with you. And then you want to cook on the golden era of welterweights
Yes,
versus which golden era of welterweights? Because there's been a few.
the golden era welterweights is the Wilfred Benitez, the
Wilfred
Leonard,
Benitez, Ray Leonard, yeah.
Leonard, Roberto Duran. that
Tommy
that
Hearns.
that era of welterweights, because every time they want to criticize this era, they always want to say that those guys fought one another, but those guys fought one another yet in the middleweight division and the 154-pound division.
Mhm.
So we all know that Roberto Duran is a legend, but he's a legend in the lightweight. We know that Leonard did fight Roberto Duran, but they only fought each other in the welterweight division twice. We know Wilfred Benitez fought Tommy Hearns in the 154-pound division. So so I actually was challenging people and saying this welterweight era is better than that welterweight era, because it's only been one big fight in that era in the welterweight division, 147-pound division. That was Leonard and Roberto Duran. Which other big fights there was to compete with this era of these guys that they've been fighting each other?
Okay. Ray Leonard versus Tommy Hearns, the 1981 Ring Magazine Fight of the Year. It was a unified title fight. Tommy Hearns was unbeaten, 32-0, ended in the 14th round via knockout.
That was middleweight.
No. The first fight they fought twice.
The first fight, yes. The first
They
fight,
fought-
then the last fight was middleweight.
Yeah, the first fight was at welterweight.
Yeah.
I believe it was 1981.
1981.
16th of September, maybe. Not 100% sure. That ended in fight. That was a great fight. It was the fight of the year, Ring Magazine Fight of the Year. So there is no welterweight fight currently taking place that's anywhere near as big as Hearns versus Ray Leonard.
But think about it. You said welterweight. That was the fight of the year. Sean
Yes.
Porter and Errol Spence was fight of the year in a lot of people's
No, it
book.
wasn't.
In a lot of people's book. Go check.
I'm
Go check it
I'm
out.
talking which one won the actual like main when you go on to like all the publicists and stuff, like the main one is the Ring Magazine Fight of the Year. That's the one they're all looking for. That's the one it won Fight of the Year
Who
for.
was who was the Ring Magazine fight of the year this year?
Last year it was Nanita Donaire versus Noah Inoue.
Now yeah, you know way. Okay.
That one Ring Magazine Fight of the Year. Leonard and
Oh.
Hearns won Fight of the Year.
The only
Um,
thing is with the Ring Magazine also that people have discredited the Ring Magazine nowadays because of the affiliation that Golden Boy, that Oscar De La Hoya has with the Ring Magazine. I think
Okay,
that's-
but they gave it to two fighters. So the Golden Boy, no, hold on real fast. Just let me cook on this. Golden Boy, they have this thing. Now, if Golden Boy have this thing with Ring Magazine, why did they give the Fight of the Year to Nanita Donaire, whose next fight is going to be on PBC, and to Noah Inoue, who was in contract
Top Rank.
negotiations with Top Rank? So that would discredit that.
But you know he's probably not giving nothing to PBC.
Well, still, they probably would have done it for what would be considered Canelo's move up fight if they were going to do any type of cooking on it.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair, right? But also that's only two fights then. The Hearns and the Sugar Ray Leonard, and then Duran and Sugar Ray Leonard. But I could
Well,
also say
Wilfred Benitez versus Ray Leonard.
yes. That was
Yeah,
that was in the 154 pounds, was it?
No, that was at 147. That ended in
What
the
date?
15th round. The 30th of November, 1979. I'm doing this off head because I'm on my phone, bro.
Okay.
1979, 30th of November, I think.
Okay, so now we got three. So because look at the Sean Porter versus Keith Thurman. That was a fight of the year candidate. You agree with that?
Sean Porter and who? Keith Thurman.
Keith Thurman. Yes.
It was a candidate, yeah.
Okay, I mentioned the Sean Porter and Earl Spence, the Danny Silva Garcia unification bout with Keith Thurman, the Kell Brook Sean Porter, the Kell Brook Earl Spence. Those was huge fights in the welterweight division, right?
They were solid fights. You couldn't really call them huge.
I mean, mega. If the definition of huge, I don't want to say that huge. We're going with the mega fights because, of course, that's Earl Spence. That was a mandatory defense for Kell Brook, and Earl Spence was, still we don't know if he was still green. We don't know, but it was still a big fight in the welterweight division. Maybe not in boxing, but when it comes to the welterweight division, it was a big fight.
Mm-hmm.
So no, we're just talking about the welterweight division. We're not talking about mega fights and the world of boxing. We're talking about just the welterweight division and the two eras. Now, I just see that there is some similarities, but I'm just gonna debate on this year. I mean, this era, and we're not even halfway to all the possible fights there could be. We still got the Bud Crawfords that hasn't even hit the mix. Imagine what Bud Crawford does hit the mix of the 147-pound division.
He hasn't been allowed to though. That's
But
he hasn't.
it's gonna get to the point where he's gonna get in the mix.
Well,
He's gonna get to the mix. But even Earl Spence versus Daniel Garcia is a big fight. They what I'm saying in the welterweight division, because I'm changing. I'm going at the narrative. The narrative is that people always trying to devalue and discredit today's present fighters. Particularly, we're talking about the welterweight division, because we could also go with the heavyweight division, which in my Smelling Salt podcast I was talking about it. But people want to devalue today because they want to talk about the past all the time. And we do that, fans do that in every sport. You know, we don't want to give LeBron James his credit because we got to keep no, Michael Jordan's that guy. Nah, it's Michael Jordan. We never want to. It's the same thing in boxing. These guys are actually fighting one another. Maybe a lot of people don't want to appreciate the other top fighters in the welterweight division because we're always looking ahead to the Earl Spence and the Bud Crawford, and we don't care who's fighting. We don't care if Keith Thurman fights or Sean Porter in the rematch. We don't care now. We got to see Earl Spence and Bud Crawford, and we're not going to appreciate everything. We're not going to appreciate the top 5 bouts, but they already are fighting one another. All in the welterweight division. They're not jumping.
A lot of those fights did take place. Like, you had top 5, 6 guys and stuff fighting each other back in that era too. I mean, it's not just as simple as like, oh, you had like Benitez and Duran, and they're the only top 5. Like, as you said, Duran, he was a 135-pounder who moved up, right? To fight Ray Leonard. But like, people forget about guys like Pete Ranzani and Tony Giovanni and stuff like that. These were all very good fighters. These were top 10 rated fighters fighting against Ray Leonard. I mean, if we look into like Tommy Hearns, like before he fought Ray Leonard, which was his first loss, like he was fighting against some very good guys as well. Like he picked up his belt from Pepino Cuevas. He fought against Randy Shields. I mean, he beat a 15-0 Luis Primera. These were all good guys. So these were, and a lot of them were very good fights. It's not just about the welterweight era. It's what these prime welterweights actually went on to achieve outside of it that made them special. It's not about saying, well, they had fights outside of the division, so it makes the welterweights weaker. The fact that you have guys like Ray Leonard who could go up and get victories over guys like Marvin Hagler or Tommy Hearns going up and knocking out cruiserweights is what made that division special. It's what made those fighters special because of what they went on to achieve from there, because they were prime welters who achieved other things outside of their division. And I can't see a Keith Thurman moving up and beating a Canelo Alvarez, but I damn sure seen a Ray Leonard move up and beat a Marvin Hagler. Whether I agreed with the decision or not, I seen it. I seen him move up and beat a Donnie Lalonde. I don't see a Keith Thurman or an Errol Spence moving up and beating a Dimitri Bivol.
True, but when Leonard fought Tommy Hearns in the middleweight division again, they all moved up together. It's not like any of these guys actually chased down the top middleweight. Who was the top middleweight that Leonard chased down? That was always a big guy. Hagler, right?
Sure.
And who else? Just Hagler.
He beat Donnie Lalonde.
Okay, and it's also true. I agree with you because I was saying that in the beginning of the video. I agree with you on the.
He beat 154-pounder Ayub Kaluli.
The other tier fighters, probably the second tier fighters, like the Shields in that era, but also people forget about the second tiers of this era. Devin Alexander was a good fighter that Sean Porter beat.
Is Devin Alexander fast? Is Devin Alexander as good as Ayub Kaluli?
I don't know. What you think?
I wouldn't say so. Ayub Kaluli was a great super welterweight. He was a very good fighter. He was fucking strong. He was good at both welter, and when he like beat guys like Emiliano Villa, he beat Masashi Kudo. These were solid guys. The only dudes who actually beat him like at 154 was like Davey Moore, Ray Leonard, Mike McCallum, and we all know how good Mike McCallum was.
Yeah.
The body snatcher, you know,
No, yeah.
like.
I mean, yes, when you go, I mean, but in this era, you also have the second tier type of fighters. You know what I'm saying? And what I'm saying is, look, I love both eras. The only my really, to be honest, my point of the content of this debate is to really stop people from, of course, it's debating and it's fun, but also so people could have that, to really identify, not identify, but really not devalue today because we love yesterday. We can never appreciate today because right now we are seeing a lot of fights, but we always want to compare it to the thank you. We always want to compare it to the past. We don't want to give credit to Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua because we always say if they was fighting in the 90s, they wouldn't be the way they are right now. We always trying to discredit today. So with the welterweight division, a lot of people will be like, "Oh, these guys are not fighting one another." They actually are. If they look at the fight, they already been fighting. My fault, yo. You can stay there. Let me time in D Jefferson. Yo, what you feel about this era? Like, what do you feel about what we talking about? Oh, my
You
fault.
on mute, D.
Yeah, you on mute, D.
Okay, I got you. I got you.
All right.
I think that you make a very valid point, and I'm not even gonna say but. I think you're making a very valid point about the new era and sometimes how people tend to want to
Devalue.
compare to the older era so much they kind of negate what these guys are doing today. So I get that. My thing is when because I'm on both sides of the spectrum, right? Uh, I do appreciate what the guys do today. I talk basketball too. I need to tighten up on my channel, but I do basketball on my channel too. And so you were referencing basketball, and these guys do it. I say, you just have to understand that the new game is more surrounded over 3-point shots and fast paced offense, where the older game was slower paced offense, work down in the hole. You understand what I'm saying? And defense. It was more catered around there. So it's a new game. So you have to appreciate what these guys are doing for the new game, the new era. And so I get what you're saying in boxing. My issue with everything is a lot of times you get casual fans on both ends that start these arguments. It's the casual fans that have heard the stories about the old boxers, but they don't really know a damn thing about it. They don't really know the history. And so they spark these arguments, and then there's really no comparison. Because when you think about it, the older guys, they fought more often. They fought longer freaking fights. So we're not going to talk about gas tanks. Because when you're talking 15, 18, 36 round fights, there's no need to talk about gas tanks. But then just the amount of fights that they used to fight, they were automatically more proven. Automatically. You look at a guy like Sugar Ray Robinson compared to Floyd Mayweather. He fought over 200 some fights. Yeah. He had over 3 times the wins that Floyd Mayweather had fights. He had over 2 times the knockouts that Floyd Mayweather had fights. So it's hard to compare a guy who has proven so much to a guy who,
Especially,
what I mean?
Yeah. I'm not a fan of comparing cemented legacy to today, and I think a lot of people do that. That's why I only stuck to because if I say the golden era versus today's era, that's just me comparing cemented legacy. That's why I say just the welterweight era when they was at welterweight, because then a lot of people do get sidetracked. Oh, but what about this is what Tommy Hearns did and they moved up and they moved. Nah. Just think about what they did at welterweight. It's just like if I'm comparing Floyd Mayweather to somebody else in this era. I'm not going to compare his legacy. I'm going to compare if let's say we're comparing, I'm just gonna throw our names out there: Floyd Mayweather and Errol Spence. I'm just gonna compare.
Wait.
Yeah, I'm just and not even what probably not even welterweight. I'm just gonna compare up to the age that Errol Spence is. If Errol Spence is 30, what has Floyd Mayweather did up to 30, and compare it like that.
I see what you're saying.
You feel me? So
yeah.
So that's why
it's just like it's unfair. The disconnect is that Carlos, what's up, Carlos? The disconnect. Oh, I see Harsha in the background. Harsha, that's a good dude, bro. That he's European. So
what's good, my brother? Let me time him in too, so we could all chop it up.
Yeah, throw him in. Harsha's a good dude. Throw him in. What's up, Harsha? How you doing, bro?
I'm good.
What's good? You kind of breaking up.
Yeah, you are breaking up a little bit, but let me say this right quick. Let me say this right quick, Harsha. I think the disconnect is that it's unfair on both sides. It's unfair for the older guys to kind of not get the credit for all the work they put in, and then it's unfair for the newer age to be pitted against those guys because number one, it's the new era, and they don't really have the opportunity to produce because ain't nobody fighting as much like that no more. Not even the other champions. Back then, the other champions would fight you, and then fucking 3 weeks later they'll fight another champion. These champions around each other. They're not doing that. So even if you look at Tevin Farmer, he was pretty active, but all the other relevant champions, like they weren't going to be as active as Tevin Farmer. So it's kind of unfair on both ends, if you understand what I'm saying. It's kind of unfair to the new era, and it's kind of unfair to the old era, and that's where the disconnect is.
Yeah. We can't expect that these guys today is gonna fight 100 fights or even 70 or even 50 fights. Right. I do believe these guys are gonna retire not passing 40 fights. Unless they're not stacking up their, their resume. Let's say Boots Ennis got already 25 fights. All right, I believe maybe he's gonna go to 40 fights, but these guys right now in their prime. But Crawford may go to 40. I doubt Keith Thurman will go to 40.
You're breaking up bad, bro. You sound like a robot, my nigga.
Try to come back in. I'm gonna put the link, and you can come right back in. Fix it up.
Yo, how's it going, D? How's it going, bro?
What's up, Mark, my bro? What's good with you?
I'm good. Yeah, when you were talking about like comparing what Errol did to what Floyd did, right? Like by the age of like 30.
Yeah.
I'll say this right now. Floyd, when he was 30, beat Oscar.
Yeah. No, but I was just an example. I was just throwing out like two names.
Yeah, it was just throwing names.
I was just throwing out two names of an example of how it's more fair to compare. If we're gonna compare the past and the present, let's not compare their whole career, and just let's compare up to, let's say, whenever they was in the respective division or respectable age. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna compare Julio Cesar Chavez right now to Canelo Alvarez.
Yeah.
I only compare retired fighters. That's
Don't
that's
forget
my
the link
thing.
for Harsha Punch.
Do you know that yourself? I only compare like retired legacies. I only do like when it comes to modernized stuff. Like I compare modern fighters to modern fighters who are currently still active, who are breaking the bread. I don't normally like comparing eras, which is why like when I hear people say like this era of welterweights versus previous eras of welterweights, when I start getting into that, like it's really hard because they had full careers. They did their full bones. Like when you think about it, Tommy Hearns, when you bring up that Ray Leonard Ring Magazine Fight of the Year, well, that might have been one of his last fights at welter.
Yeah.
So like he was coming to the end of his entire career at welter. He entered that fight with over 30 fights. It's more than Errol Spence has. So he entered it with more. So he had an entire career of what Errol Spence has by that point.
Yeah.
Right.
But that's what I mean. Remember earlier you said, these fighters has done more and they went moving up weight, and that's what made them more special. But if we start thinking like that, then we're gonna lose the point of them at welterweight. Because it's easy to look at that. It's easy to look at, we're going to compare Roy Jones to, let's say, the middleweight division or the super middleweight. But then we're going to be like, but he went to the heavyweight division and he captured a title. And then we're going to lose the...
But then it also becomes a null and void point. And the only reason I say that is if Errol spends his whole career at welterweight, he shouldn't be compared to people who didn't. He should only be compared to career welterweights.
Yeah.
Because if he has an entire career there and guys don't, let's say he has 41 fights, right? And they're all at welterweight. He should be compared to dudes like Joe Walcott, Barbados Joe Walcott, like from way back. If you're going to do that, if you're going to compare, otherwise don't compare at all. Only compare to dudes who spent their career. Like let's say Golovkin. You can compare Golovkin with Hagler because they're both career middleweights.
And
you can do
Hopkins.
that.
You could say,
well, no, because Hopkins moved.
once a light
You can compare his middleweight stuff. You can, but Hopkins also went on to achieve things in other weight divisions, which is part of his resume. Comparing just one segment of it isn't the full career. So I only ever compare careers based off of what they actually done. So if you, unless you're doing a pound for pound thing, and that's when other weights come into it. But just one weight division, it's hard to compare a career to a not career.
You never get that. It sounds logical, but you never get that. I've never heard that in a boxing conversation where and then they stick to just like if they spent their career in a certain weight class. Or like you never get that. It's always the entire legacy of what they've done, and you know what I mean.
I mean, you can never really debate the past and the fun as like it's gonna be real fair. That's why I try to just the welterweight division, and even if we're comparing these guys in the welterweight division, of course we're not gonna compare their first 10 fights, of their career. We're not gonna look at, let's say, if we are comparing Errol Spence to one of the guys in the welterweight division, we're not gonna look at what Errol Spence did in his first 10 fights at welterweight. We're actually gonna compare the meaningful fights. Even it doesn't have to be the big fights, but we're gonna compare the meaningful fights. Like let's say for Keith Thurman, we could compare him fighting the Diego Chavez of the world, the Carlos Quintana of the world at welterweight. We could compare that. We're not gonna compare his first 8 fights where he knocked out everybody in the first round, but we're gonna compare those challenging, good fights on the come up at welterweight. I think we could do that if we're gonna debate, friendly debate. We could do that, but I'm not. But yeah,
I'll say this, bro. Look, it's like I think that like when you take these guys from the past and you look at the guys today. I get your point, but at a certain level, I still kind of blame because like you get into combat sports, right? You get into combat sports to, compete in combat. If you're sitting around and you're only doing it twice a year, then bro, I can't give you but so much of a pass. If these guys was fighting 3 or 4 times a year, then I would see, but this whole twice a year shit, and it don't really have to do with training camps. I'm not trying to hear that, bro. They could fight at least 3 times a year. They could. So they're not even trying, in my opinion, to reach the legacy of these guys of the past. So I can't give them but so much slack because they could do more.
And another thing, my bad. And another thing, the fighters in the past wasn't spoiled like the fighters today. See, back in the days, it was about pride. You know what I'm saying? The niggas didn't care about no money. You know what I mean? It was all about pride. Fighters these days, they pick and choose who they want to fight. And it has to put the price up. Like it has to be 2 or 3 million just to fight a tough fighter.
I understand, Guido. I think we have been trained to think like that, to be honest, by media, to say that back in the days these fighters just wanted to fight, they didn't think about the money. But I do think they thought about the money, or they wouldn't be prize fighters. Now, they wasn't getting money the way they're getting money now, but trust me, they was thinking about the money. Back in the days, they didn't have the power that these fighters have today. But if they had the power that they had, like the fighters today, trust me, they'll be fighting for the money.
Yeah, that's no doubt, man.
I'll say one thing to that though.
Yeah.
Let's take Tito, right? Tito in 1 year, 1994, he fought 2 unbeaten guys, Luis Ramon Campos, right, and Obakar. Both those guys very good fighters. Both of them were unbeaten. And previously, at the start of the year, he fought Hector Camacho. In 3 fights, he fought 2 undefeated fighters and Hector Camacho.
Yeah.
Like, that type of stuff, let's be real. We're not going to have Errol Spence fight against, in 1 year, we're not going to have him fight against Keith Thurman, Sean Porter, and Danny Garcia. We're not going to see that in the space of 12 months and 1 calendar year. But we saw that in just the 90s. And that's what people talk about. It's not about being trained to it. It is we actually got that. And when we talk about power, like if you look at how hard Tito hits, you don't need to be a genius to know that dude hits hard. He hits harder than Porter. Porter doesn't hit like Tito.
No, he doesn't hit hard.
No.
So when we get into like the power, why is Tito fighting 3 times a year against guys who could crack like Obakar? Obakar hit hard. Or when you have other guys fighting like 4 or 5 times in a year back in the 90s. I know that's not what you want to do because you don't want to deteriorate away. But by proxy, when you fight less and you fight less fighters that are in the top 10 per year on average anyway, even if a guy's fighting 3 times and you're fighting twice, right? And you're fighting 1 top 10 fighter and he's fighting 3 top 10 fighters in the space of a year, that's the difference. And that's because a lot of the audience of today, in general, they accept and make excuses to allow marination. Whether we like it or not, we do see that a lot. We do
see it a lot, but also it's understanding the business of boxing. Now, the business of boxing is like a secret society. You really got to get into the understanding because remember, it's investors. Some people, boxers have to wait, and promoters and managers like Al Heyman, he gets investors. He hustles his way to get the investors who's gonna invest on the fight. Then he makes the business with the networks. So if the pot is not full, he's not gonna make the fight. So also is the investors. See, now back in the days, let's keep it real. These fighters wasn't getting paid up to par. I don't believe the money really changed if you think about it. You know, the money really never changed, but now boxers are actually getting paid way more. But why are they getting paid way more? Because now they educated about how the money is being split. Back in the days, these boxers didn't know. A lot of these boxers was not educated in even understanding look at Mike Tyson. You think Mike Tyson at the age of 19, 20 knew what the hell was $400 million? He didn't know how much money he really got. It's easy to play all these fighters, especially coming from humble backgrounds. It's easy to play. Now these guys know and have great managers and have attorneys to attorney their attorney, put it that way, like to check their attorneys. They have an accountant for their accountants. And now these guys is highly educated. You're breaking up,
Harsha. Your connection is very poor, my brother. It's very poor.
It's that 5G. It's that 5G, man.
Yeah, man. You know, those days are dead, bro. I think Nonito, Monstery, Manny Pacquiao, Canelo, those guys are like the last.
No, D. You cannot throw Moonsri in there. I know he's got a good number.
Talking about the amount of fights, Mark. I don't give a shit who he's fought, bro. I already know where you're gonna go with that. I'm just saying the amount of fights, even if it is like guys, come on, bro. I know where you're going, but just the amount, just having that amount of fights, those days are over with, bro.
I'm not gonna like we shouldn't cast fighters today because they wasn't fighting 4 times a year. I mean, it changed with the money. It changed with Oscar De La Hoya.
It's done.
It changed with Oscar De La Hoya and the Floyd Mayweather. Why am I gonna fight 4 fights or 5 fights if I can make, so much in one fight and fight 2 times a year? Remember, this is a life or death sport. This is not like, hey, I'm out there to play basketball or something like that.
My brother.
And people also got to hold on, Guido. And also people got to understand that there's training camps. It's not like they're going out there and just fighting. They got to train for 10 to 8 weeks. So think about it. If a guy is having 4 fights in 1 year, when is he going to get a time to rest? His knuckles, his hands.
That is another crutch. And that is some more bullshit about what these fighters do in today's era. They don't have to train that much if they stay in fucking shape, but they don't, and they gotta kill themselves to cut the weight because they fuck around in between fights and they don't keep themselves in shape. So now it's like a ritual that it has to take them 8 to 10 weeks to get their fat ass in the gym. But see, they're athletes, so it shouldn't take that long. So that's just another crutch of the era of today. Those
No.
guys,
I'm gonna disagree a little bit on that because think about
Yo,
it.
D, I agree with that. I agree.
No, but look at this. What was the problem with Roberto Duran in the second fight of the Ray Leonard fight?
He was partying.
Exactly. The
okay,
same way
that's
people are
what they're
partying today.
doing today, my nigga. That's what they're doing today, but they're doing that on the regular. See,
Yeah,
Roberto
but
Duran was anonymity. He wasn't like the regular. The regular was like Floyd. They stayed in shape. They was in the gym. They was driven. They was dedicated. Roberto Duran.
Right.
How about Muhammad Ali too? Muhammad Ali was getting fat
Muhammad
too.
Ali is an anomaly, bro.
Wait, hold on.
Let's compare
hold on.
Like
Let's cook on Ali. Let's cook.
Motherfucker just came on leisure and played.
I'm down
also
to talk Ali.
and also we have the ability and we have the technology to know what these guys are doing all day long. Think about it. If it wasn't for the social media, we probably wouldn't know too much about Gervonta Tank Davis and his 3 months beer belly or whatever, or a pregnant belly. We wouldn't know about that. We wouldn't know about Earl Spence going out. We wouldn't even know about too much about Adrian Broner.
That's changed the game as well, social media.
So think about it. If we knew how these guys, if we knew how really Mike Tyson was partying in Japan back in the days, or what he was doing, come on, like.
Well, it kind of makes it even worse then, and I'll tell you why. Look, like we're digging it deeper. We're digging a deeper hole for today's fighters. No, because if we say, okay, these guys were doing the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Well, they were still fighting. So it's still worse because they were still fighting.
Yeah.
I was waiting on that.
Yeah.
I was also wondering about the Ali stuff. Like Ali was still winning.
Nah, he was still winning.
And not only was he still winning, he was still winning against Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
He was still constantly fighting top 10 guys. Ali during his title reigns, Ali never fought anybody outside of the top 10. Outside of the top 10. Now, Ali spent over 60% of his career fighting top 10 rated opposition. You ain't getting that today. So and he was pretty.
You getting it from like a Canelo Alvarez at least. We getting it from Canelo.
41% of hold on, 41. Canelo spent 41% of his career against top 10 rated opposition.
Yeah, 41. but that's what I mean. The nature of if we're gonna talk about the Ali and the top.
But Canelo's not a partier.
Nah,
he's a dedicated guy.
Dedicated gym rat, bro.
Very dedicated gym rat.
He's dedicated. Yeah. He's dedicated. I could see that.
Guido, what you was gonna say, Guido?
I wanted to ask you. I know I said this before, but can y'all think Gervonta Davis made the weight at 130 against Leo Santa Cruz?
I don't think he wants to. I don't think he cares about that 130 belt. He left the division already. I personally, like, this may surprise people, I think he's going to come in at about 134, and because Leo Santa Cruz has done it already, he's not going to care about it. And then, yeah.
I think he actually is gonna come in weight, but that doesn't mean he's gonna come healthy in weight. I think he's gonna have another fat camp. He's gonna make weight, but not healthy.
Nah, look.
A lot of guys do come in weight, but not healthy. Like Earl Spence come in weight, but he even said it's not healthy. These guys are doing fat camps.
Look, check this out now. I give respect where respect is due. Because not only do I follow these guys to see sometimes what's the next dumb shit they're gonna do. But a lot of times I follow them just to see what's going on. So I will say this about Tank Davis. Here recently, I've seen him exercising, working out, putting more like film and video out about actually trying to keep in shape. So I'm not sure. You know what I mean?
No, I just saw the last his last post that he posted on Instagram, him on a dirt bike. And I'm checking out the little belly. I'm checking it out, and I'm like, I'm just saying in my mind, like, come on, Gervonta Tank Davis.
I just don't think he's a hungry fighter.
You got Floyd Mayweather in the gym right now, dedicated in the gym. You should take advantage. Take your ass to Las Vegas. Do a pre-camp. You know what I'm saying?
You got Haney in the gym with your boy.
Exactly.
Go over there. Actually, that's a great idea.
And you out there in the hood, quarantine, just dirt bike. Come on, man. We don't want to see you go through.
Take advantage
God forbid
of that
what
right
Paul
now.
Williams had to go through.
Get into that gym with those two guys, and spar with Devin. That's great sparring for both of y'all.
Yeah.
Get in there and start training with those two dudes because That's dedication. Those two men dedicated. Go over there and learn a thing.
We don't know what's up with his hand. Didn't he crash that spider into the wall? He was walking with his hand slumped over with his looked like his hand was hurting and shit.
Fine, do one-handed sparring. Just get over there. They used to do one-handed sparring back in the 90s. Just a jab.
He do one-handed sparring with Devin Haney. He's gonna get beat up.
Both of them on the jab. Both of them, just that's practicing your jab. Ali and Holmes used to do one-handed sparring all the time. That's how Larry developed his jab.
Yeah, had a mean jab too, boy.
Oh man, what else is going on in the sport of boxing? What else? I did this episode 8 on my podcast, the Money Saw podcast. If y'all haven't go check it out whenever y'all get the time. I was talking about that Deontay Wilder is probably the most devalued, disrespected, discredited fighter of our generation.
I don't know about that, but at this point in time,
and I said the most. Matter of fact, I said the most devastating, devalued, discredited, disrespected fighter ever in our generation.
I think at this point in time, like right now, I would tend to agree with that. I just actually put a video up about him and Anthony Joshua, as a matter of fact, both being disrespected at this point in time.
Yeah,
and it's all surrounding what Tyson Fury did, but I just think that people are blowing it out of proportion on both ends of the spectrum.
Yeah.
And so I'll explain that. So the win, Tyson Fury's win, concerning Anthony Joshua, and them saying what he's going to do to Anthony Joshua because he beat Wilder. We knew Wilder lacked skills, and so let's not overhype the fact that he beat Wilder. Okay, now on Wilder's defense, what I was saying is, yeah, we know he lacks skills, but no one could crack the code on how to stay away from that right hand. But
exactly,
Fury,
exactly,
and then disrespecting him to a level like now Dubois beating him. Is Dubois Tyson Fury? Like what the fuck? What are we doing here? So that's what my
that's why.
Like it's ridiculous the disrespect on both of those guys and like how they're discrediting Wilder and overvaluing what Fury has done.
I actually on my podcast I actually also mentioned Anthony Joshua in the same light, but it was mostly about Deontay Wilder, but I also mentioned that same sentiment about Anthony Joshua.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's just people just take things and blow it out of proportion.
And that's what it is. I think that we live. I mean, boxing fans. Like, first, I do this boxing channel because I love fighters. I actually want to uplift the sport and be part, just a little cell of uplifting the sport and paying homage to a lot of fighters. Of course, we critique them. We talk a lot of ish and whatever. But my core is to actually, I mean it when I say these guys are my modern day warriors, modern day gladiators. I do mean it. I love these fighters. I just get tired of always of the discredited, always saying, oh, this heavyweight is nothing like back in the days. Like, stop. We're always trying to devalue today. We always trying to, yes, Deontay Wilder don't have skills like Tyson Fury. Yes, but he's special in his own right. Imagine if we had all the heavyweights looking like Tyson Fury. The beauty of all these matchups in the history of boxing is that we have this puncher slugger versus this boxer puncher. Those one makes the great fights. We wasn't happy when we saw the aftermath of Klitschko and Tyson Fury. Did that move the needle in the heavyweight division? Did that move the needle in boxing? Nah.
It changed the landscape.
Yeah, it did.
You think it changed?
I'll give you the exact reason why. Because Fury took the titles off of Klitschko, who had them for a 10-year reign. And then when Fury went into retirement, those 3 belts, they all went vacant. Charles Martin picked up one that went over to Anthony Joshua. Parker picked up one by fighting Andy Ruiz. Parker, Joshua, and Anthony Joshua, all 3 of those men, world champions. Andy Ruiz went on to become a unified world champion. Joseph Parker had fights with Dillian White. It stopped us from having no top 10 fighters fighting each other to, in the space of 4 years, outside of Klitschko fighting all the guys in the top 10, pretty much none of the others were. We've had 17 different top 10 fights out of all of that in that space of time. So it did change the landscape. It opened it up.
To me, to be honest, for me, they moved the needle. It ain't wake up boxing. That win by Tyson Fury did not wake up. People didn't even like the way he won, because it's not about always winning and losing. It's how you win and how you lose. And I don't believe everybody was happy seeing a 6'9" tippy-toe his way to victory. See, during when Tyson Fury left boxing for 2 years, I don't think boxing was missing Tyson Fury, because the Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder actually emerged. We actually saw specimen knockout artists in boxing. It's not like we missed Tyson Fury when he was gone. See, now Tyson Fury leaves, we'll miss him, just because of the way he beat Deontay Wilder. He ain't tippy-toe his way to victory. He bullied a bully and beat him in a form where, wow, now this is a heavyweight champion right here. That's my thing. Cause when did Tyson Fury beat Klitschko? 2015.
Yeah.
I don't think it moved the needle. And when he was gone, I don't think he was missed, because the next two guys actually emerged.
They emerged. Could those next two guys, like let's say Joseph Parker, could Joseph Parker have emerged if he had to have fought Vladimir Klitschko at that time? Could he have? Could we have had that unification for Joshua against Parker? Would Eddie have Hearn put a young Joshua in that quickly with the champion Klitschko instead of the defeated Klitschko? These are all things that we'll never know. And that's why I say it changed the landscape, because it opened up opportunity. And opportunity beckoned. And that's the most important thing. Because when opportunity knocks, all these men, they seize their opportunity.
To be honest, I'm glad the opportunity came up. Because for me, the opportunity is what actually excited us. Whether we like it or not, whether you're from different parts of the world, UK, Asia, whatever. Even though we had Klitschko and he had a great reign, a great Hall of Famer, future Hall of Famer, the heavyweight division was in a coma. And it's not in a coma anymore. And it's not because of Tyson Fury beating Klitschko. It's because the emerge of Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua, and the way they was performing and knocking dudes out. It was something that was missing in the sport of boxing.
But didn't that fight also emerge another person? That fight also emerged Tyson Fury, who's been one of the most controversial figures in or out of the sport. He was still one of the top 5 most talked about people at heavyweight, even in retirement.
And you got to think about this too, Punch. You got to admit this too, Punch. It's not until he came back and mixed things up did the heavyweight division get this exciting. Well, it was exciting, but it was kind of a drag too, because Wilder was running around, fucking evading Anthony Joshua, and you know what I mean. Or so forth, however you want to call it. Joshua was evading Wilder, vice versa, Wilder was evading Joshua, however you want to call it. That wasn't happening. So when Tyson Fury came back and put the whole mix up in it, he made it more exciting, bro.
But think about it. When he came back and says, "I'm coming back," did anybody say, "All right, now forget about the Deontay Wilder Anthony Joshua fight. We gotta see the real champion, Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua"?
Nah, but he stole the show though.
Okay, now put it this way. When Mayweather retired and he came back, did anybody like, "Oh no, forget about Mayweather. Now we want to see Manny Pacquiao, somebody else"? Nah.
Yeah.
We wanted to see still Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather. That's it.
Yeah.
If Tyson Fury was really what was missed, as soon as he came back, we'll be running. Matter of fact, put it this way. How did his fight did when he first came back? Who watched the fight? What was the number?
Who did he fight?
Exactly.
Hey, hold on. I know because I was at the fight. He fought Sefer Safari when he came back.
Sefer Safari.
Okay, but how was the numbers? Did it go worldwide? Did it really Oh,
Yeah,
no, it
nobody
didn't.
cared about that fight.
Nobody cared about that fight. When
No.
Mike Tyson returned and for Peter McNeely, how did everybody miss?
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but I'm saying, like, I'm not even arguing that fact, like when Tyson Fury left. But what I'm saying is, whether people missed him or not, his presence was missed. You get where
Yes,
I'm going? You get where
yeah,
I'm going with it? Like,
I agree
people
with
didn't
you.
have to fucking miss him. Okay, they didn't miss him. But when he was around before and he was talking, because he's got a great mouthpiece. That's
Yeah,
one.
he's the best self
Awesome
promoter
for
in the
boxing.
sport of boxing.
So when he was there, it was boom where it was. Okay, so he got involved in the drugs and the depression, and he left the sport. And I agree with you. Like, people weren't sour because he was gone, and boxing is ruined because Fury's not here. No, it wasn't like that.
Mm-hmm.
But his presence, when it came back, and he's in the mix again,
Yeah.
it blew it up. Like, so his presence was missed in boxing because we didn't have another heavyweight whose first and foremost mouthpiece and persona was like that, and then could back it up and get in there and mix up with the best guys. So now you don't have to just worry about this guy or that guy, because that's basically what it was. It was Wilder or it was AJ. No, now you got this third guy in the mix that's also good at exciting the crowd. So his presence was severely missed in the sport.
Yeah.
As a heavyweight.
I just think worldwide, I could say the biggest fight in boxing at one point that was needed to be made was Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder.
For sure.
Before the Ruiz fight and before the Dominic Brazil fight. That was the biggest fight in boxing. And even
Fury, it still would be, because it's America versus Britain for the heavyweight title. So that's like massive.
And even if a lot of people felt that Deontay Wilder lost to Tyson Fury the first fight, that was still the fight that everybody wanted to see. Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder. Because it's not the way that we felt that Tyson Fury won, but it's how. We didn't want to see another big dude tippy-toeing. When we look at the heavyweight division, I this is me. I don't know about y'all, but me growing up watching the heavyweight division, it wasn't so much about skill and how you move. We depend that on the smaller division. In the heavyweight division, we wanted to see massive knockouts. That's
we
was not talking about how a heavyweight moves, how he's elusive, and nothing like that.
I agree with that, and I agree from the point of view. We didn't want to see a big dude like that run around on his tippy toes. And you're right. And in that second fight, we didn't see a big dude run around. He gave us what we want.
Yep.
But he has delivered.
Yep. And that's why I said I was one of those dudes that said Deontay Wilder was gonna win. But I was happy the way Tyson Fury, if he's gonna beat Deontay Wilder, please beat him the way that he beat him on that last fight. Do not I don't want to see that.
I give you this. Let's say that, okay, let's go back to the first fight, the draw, right?
Yeah.
I can support your point here, because I don't think anybody would have been upset if they scrapped the rematch between Tyson Fury and Wilder and went straight to full.
I would have been. But really? The reason, let me tell you what. That fight, I was there. I went from Ireland all the way over for the first fight. I wanted to see it because it meant something to me. It was a big fight. It was a return. It was something important in the heavyweight division. That fight is the epitome of what heavyweight boxing is about. Because one, you had the boxer versus the puncher. That's the first part. And the second part of it, and the most important part of it, is that fight represented drama. It represented it. Nobody can tell me that fight, one, wasn't controversial between fans debating afterwards. One, on the fact that it ended the way it did, with Fury coming off of the canvas and turning it back off of him, and he was dropped twice, which people didn't expect, because when he went down that second time, they thought he was out. Secondly, fans were debating on the time on the clock. And thirdly, there was times in that fight you felt there was no way Tyson Fury can lose this fight or not get the W. It was he's got the W, and then in the very last round, it was all spun on its head, And that's what heavyweight boxing is about, because anything can fucking happen. And it's the epitome of it. And that's why it's a great fight.
But think about this. Think about this. In the sport of boxing, we all know. We all know whether we fans of Deontay Wilder, fans of Deontay Wilder or not, or Tyson Fury. But we all know that Tyson Fury has way better skills, has a way better skill set than Deontay Wilder. Yet, in the second fight, Deontay Wilder was still favored to win. Meaning that we wasn't thinking that Tyson Fury was going to just beat Deontay Wilder. The only thing we was really thinking about, and I'm not saying everybody, I'm just speaking in general, the way people was analyzing and things of that nature, they were saying, is Tyson Fury gonna negate that right hand? Is he gonna get up from that right hand if he ever gets hit again? We never thought that Tyson Fury was gonna do what he did to Deontay Wilder.
I'm gonna disagree. I'm gonna disagree.
Come on. Nobody thought he was gonna beat him that way.
You know what it is?
Wait,
His fanboys.
No, I know a few people that did actually, bro.
That thought that he was gonna mule Deontay Wilder. We never seen Tyson Fury muled anybody. How could we ever think that?
I have an official prediction on multiple channels where I said that he was going to beat him from range, he was going to punch in, he was going to go inside, he was going to lean weight on him, he was going to drop him. And not only did I say that, I said it was going to be stopped either by RT. No, this is on YouTube. There are receipts of this. I said he'd either stop him by RTD or Breland would throw in the towel. One or the other.
Come on. This is let's general speaking. Come on, no pugilist saw this coming. Punch. Maybe you saw it coming, but let's talk general. Punch. Nobody saw this coming.
My man, IBFP boxing knew. He knows his boxing too. He called Tyson Fury for the knockout. He said,
"Hey, yo, D.
Yo, what up?
I'm about to cut you off.
Yeah.
Yo, I fuck with you, bro. You need to bring IBF over here. That man be going war on them niggas, you heard?
Yeah.
You gotta bring IBF one day over here, man.
T.O. and his father actually predicted the same round and the same way that he was going to be. I'm not saying that nobody predicted. I'm saying general speaking.
Yeah, most of the people know. Mostly, no one's seen that. Like a few people. Like if you look at
very few,
it's like It's probably like 97 to 3% probably thought he was going to do that shit. Most of them were fucking diehard Tyson Fury fans, but most people didn't think that was going to happen.
Yeah, because if we really did that, and let's say if most people felt that way, then why was Deontay Wilder even a favorite to win that fight?
Yeah,
I never understood why. I actually never understood it.
Because and the reason people didn't think that was going to happen, Mark.
Exactly.
I mean, that's just the fact.
I get that, but I was taking into account who he got as his new trainer. That's one, right? That's one thing that I was, and that is important. He went out and he seeked a Kronk style trainer, and that style was in that fight completely from head to toe. That was the first thing. The second thing is when Tyson Fury laughs during press conferences and he says something, he's lying. If he doesn't change his tone once he's telling you the truth, during all of that build-up, he was telling him what weight he was going to come in. No smile, no laugh. Straight up, he wanted Hagler Hearns. He was saying it. And I actually believed him because I know his patterns. I've been watching him his entire career. And then the third point that really got me, that people weren't paying attention to, which really surprised me, is the fact that this dude had over a year to get himself more fit to fight Wilder after coming off of a layoff and nearly beating him. And now he's going with a new style. And I've seen Fury hit the pads before. He hits very damn hard. And a lot of people were underrating him based off of the fact that he got dropped. People weren't taking into consideration everything else that he can do. They were just thinking about the right hand of Wilder because it is so dangerous. People were thinking more so in fear than what Fury can do to adapt.
I just don't think. I agree with most of the things that you're saying. I'm not saying. I don't think that people just thought that Wilder in his right hand. People just really never seen the style of Tyson Fury and that style that he displayed versus Wilder. That's not his MO. We all know that. So nobody really saw it coming. That's like me saying Tyson Mike Tyson is gonna be fighting Lennox Lewis and he's gonna beat him in the outside. He's gonna out jab him and he's gonna outbox him. That's what happened. That's really what happened.
Well, here's
brother. I just feel like his fanboys was overhyping him, so they didn't expect that coming. You know what I'm saying? In the second fight, if
the average person understood this sport the way Mark does, then the odds would have been in Fury's favor. But
Or
Yeah,
if he would,
exactly.
or
And he
or
won the first fight. He outboxed him.
or
Fury was
or
outboxing Wilder in the first fight.
or
Yeah.
if he would have understood him like that particular fight. You see, he said, "I've been following Tyson Fury since day one, and everything about Tyson Fury, right? We all follow boxing, but we might not follow every single fighter since day one. People, I said JoJo Diaz was gonna beat Tevin Farmer. People thought I was dumb, just because I felt that the way I saw with Gary Russell Jr. in that fight, how he did well in the last 2 rounds, and Tevin Farmer's not gonna be pushing JoJo Diaz back. People say, "Yo, nah, you crazy, man. JoJo Diaz he's done. He's done. He's not gonna beat no Tevin Farmer." But if you follow, yeah, I can understand if somebody's gonna follow Tyson Fury, but even when Tyson Fury's actually
Wilder.
talking, even when he's talking and promoting, who actually believe a lot of things that Tyson Fury be saying?
If you know his patterns, you do. If you know his pattern, people speak in patterns. They speak lies and patterns and truth and patterns. You can see it.
Yo, I mean, he's like you.
No, hold on. I look. There is also receipts out there for when I called the first fight the way it went, because I predicted Wilder would drop him twice. I predicted it would be a robbery on the cards by the consensus of the fans. I said it would either be a split decision to Wilder or a draw. And I genuinely said these things. There are receipts on YouTube. The other thing is, it's not just that I follow Fury. Dee knows how many fighters I follow. But if you look at Wilder, I remember his debut when he was fighting against Eaton Cox in Tennessee on the Jermaine Taylor versus who was Taylor fighting again that night? I'm trying to remember. It was Jeff Lacey. And Kermit Cintron was fighting against Love Morandu on that card as well. So I remember his debut. So I've been watching both these guys their whole careers.
Mhm.
And that's why I didn't quite understand how, like, some people were just reading into one fight. It's not one fight. It's the patterns of both men and everything else that's going on that plays a factor in a fight.
That's what everybody was watching them their whole damn career.
Yeah. So
But there's one other thing.
I mean, most of their fights is not even televised.
Well, that does actually, most of their fights were actually televised. Not all of Wilder's. Most of his fights were, but Fury, you could actually watch all of his fights in the UK as he was coming through. With Wilder, you were able to see Wilder on like different cards. I think 31 of all of his fights were televised, or they were on undercards. 10 weren't, or 11 weren't, something like that. But you could also find highlights, or you could actually find the fights on camera phone. Like, this is the weird shit that you do when you start really getting into stuff. You start finding camera videos of people. I saw Dominic Gwynn versus Junior Fa on a camera phone on Facebook.
You know, I done the same thing.
Hey Mark, who Wilder nor Fury is your favorite fighter, right?
Huh?
I said neither Wilder or Fury is your favorite fighter, correct?
Oh, hell no.
Okay, so understand this. The average boxing fan has not seen all of their favorite fighters' fights. These guys are not two guys that box. They're not even your favorite fighters. So my thing to you is, if you say I can't understand why people wouldn't see this, because don't nobody study this shit in detail like you, bro. You have to understand why people can't see it like you, because they ain't paying attention to this shit like you. Not even
because they fanboys. That's why.
Okay, fair enough. But can I say one point?
I mean, remember this.
I want to make one point.
This is.
I don't even follow it like him, and I ain't no fanboy or a casual. This motherfuckers like follow this shit.
This is a world sport. It's even there's a lot of great fighters in Japan right now.
Yes. Yeah, lots of them. There's a great prospect coming through, like Junta Nakatani.
A lot of great fighters in Japan. Where am I gonna see all of them? If I'm, it's not as easy. You got to have a lot of time in your hand. Remember, this is 24/7. If there's a fight in Japan right now, what time is it in New York?
Bro, I watch. Man, I'm telling you now, it's so much boxing to watch.
Much.
You're not gonna be able to keep up with all of it.
There's some people that even watch the amateur circuit.
Hello.
There's also a lot of great prospects coming up.
There is. I'll give you a name right now. Remember for the future, a middleweight. I'll give you guys a name right now. Alexander Kolizniak. He's a Ukrainian. He's currently just won the EBUs. He's dominant. He's fast. He comes forward. He throws nothing but shots. When they were going to the Olympic trials in his first round, in the first minute, he knocked dude out with a fucking jab. It knocked him unconscious. He hits like a
who
train.
he's working with right now, like sparring.
He's an amateur. I'm giving you this name for the future. 5 years from now, Kolizniak. Just remember, Kolizniak.
No, because I was just asking because a lot of the times when you want to get to know the young fighters, you look at the elite fighters today and they actually work and spar these amateurs, and that's how you really get into. If you're not too much about the amateurs and can't see video of it, you get to know amateur. You get to know who's the
he's been
upcoming
trained
when
by
they spar.
Papachenko. He's been trained by Papachenko.
Okay, you see.
He has been in the past. He's been trained by Papachenko.
All right.
So I don't. He's just currently part of the Ukrainian team. There's a lot of guys coming through. Like there's a prospect from Uzbekistan in the super middleweight division. Watch out for him in a year or two. Bek the Bully, Bektamir Melikuziev. He's very good. He's a great body puncher, good feet.
Good question. I got a good question for y'all. Good question. Will we ever see an American heavyweight champion in this decade?
Oh shit! I don't think so.
In this decade.
I'm looking at the landscape, right? I'll just go through it right now. If Wilder or Andy doesn't do it, the best chance, honestly, people may be shocked by this, is Jarrell Miller. Because outside, no, I know that, but outside of him, you've Jermaine Franklin, nope. Charles Martin, unless the title goes vacant, nope.
Hunter,
You've Cassius Chaney, no. But Hunter, he just had a draw with Vivek, and whether you thought he won the fight or not, I don't think he can beat those top guys. So I'd say nope. And you've also Usyk, who's now in the division, who's already beaten Hunter. When you start going through it, like from Jermaine Franklin all the way down to what's this Jarrett Anderson? No, not really. The Marius Rock, no. Yeah, there isn't enough there.
what's
Trey
happening
Lippe
to
Morrison,
American heavyweights? They're not
Trey Lippe
producing.
Morrison. Well, there's more money in other sports now. Like most American heavyweights, in my opinion, are playing football or basketball right now. That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man. If take I don't know a lot about basketball, but take Zion right now. Do you know him, Zion?
Yeah.
You take that kid, yeah. You give him 8-9 years of boxing training. You put him into today's heavyweight division. He's gonna be knocking fools out, bro.
Fucking right, bro. This kid is 6 foot. Look, he's 6'6", 285 pounds.
Yeah.
And fucking crank, bro. This motherfucker would. He would be, if he had boxing knowledge and skills with that physique, yeah, he would.
But he been playing ball.
But to be honest, probably has been like this. Like we're looking at it right now, but it's probably been like this for over 25, maybe 30 years. Because even Mike Tyson couldn't get American sparring partners. He really had to fly dudes from the UK to fight, to even spar. So it's been like this for quite some time.
Here's one.
The Kisco brothers been dominating the heavyweight for a long time.
Yeah, and then think about before that. All right, we got Holyfield and we got Mike Tyson.
One like 15 years.
Yeah, we have Riddick Bowe. But I think the best heavyweight that never won a title was Tua.
Tua better than Ike Ibeabuchi?
Tua.
I mean, Ike Ibeabuchi beat Tua. He never won a title.
Okay. I was, to be honest, that was the match I really was like, damn, I think Tua could get Mike Tyson. I used to say
but Ron Lyle never won a world title.
Yeah, I mean, it's two little belts to get around. Like, who's the last champion before Deontay Wilder? Shannon Briggs?
No, Hasim Rahman.
Okay. Yeah, man, we just don't produce heavyweights like that.
Wait, no, Lamont Brewster actually. Lamont was
anymore.
Yeah.
Was Lamont Brewster American?
Who?
Lamont Brewster.
I'm not sure.
You know what? Mark,
yeah, he was. He beat Vlad.
The fact that we have to think about it he was irrelevant.
No, but he beat Vlad. He did beat Vlad.
Well, but I mean, to Americans, he was irrelevant. If you got to think about if he was an American heavyweight, the motherfucker was irrelevant.
I know, but he did beat Floyd. He knocked him out in the 5th round.
I think in the
No
upcoming, I think in this upcoming fight with Anthony Joshua and Pulev, I think it's gonna be harder than what people think.
No,
Maybe you don't think so. You
he's
think?
gonna watch.
Well, I think when's the last time Pulev fought? Right.
This is why I say that, Punch.
Yo, good looking out, France, man. Thank you for the donation, my brother, man. God bless you.
Did you ask? Did you ask when's the last time Pulev fought?
Yeah, I know he fought in November, right? I think it was
Yeah, November against Riddell Booker. What a crap fight! What a crap fight!
Anthony Joshua, the things that he did to improve himself for the Ruiz fight, not the like the way he fought Ruiz, but I'm talking about is considering his stamina, endurance, toning his muscles down, and things like that. Those things that he did for that Ruiz fight, Pulev don't stand a chance. He don't beat the shit out of Pulev.
You know what I like about Anthony Joshua, about his loss, is that he humbly accepted losing. And when you humbly accept losing, you could go right back to the gym and adjust, build. But there's a lot of fighters today that always have an excuse. I mean, Anthony Joshua went out there as a man, said, I lost to the better man. And when you humbly lose, that's when you could actually get better.
Regis Prograis did the same thing when he lost to Taylor. He took it on the chin like a man.
No, there's one thing about being Joshua. If you watch him for a lot of his career in the IFL interviews, he said that I'm not going to end this career unbeaten. He said it many times. He said I'm going to lose. People need to accept that. Very few people go through heavyweight, go through heavyweight unbeaten at championship level. He said it's so hard to do that I'm going to take a loss, and when I do, I hope that people know I'm going to bounce back with everything I have.
Yeah.
I'm going to make all the adjustments I need to make to right all my wrongs. And he said that from early in his career, like 5-6 fights in. He was talking about that. So this was something that was in his head. He never thought he was unbeatable, but he had that mental fortitude to want to be able to, one, accept a defeat, and two, to improve from it. And that's something that makes you great. Look at Lennox Lewis. He's a prime example of that. Joe Lewis is another. When he lost to Schmeling, he accepted his loss, and he said that I will bounce back one day and I will beat this man, and he did.
Is a different, and the thing is a different culture when it comes to the UK and America. See, I love the UK fans, man.
Yeah.
You go over there, the fans is they with their people. Your fighter comes over here and they still take over the arena. It's actually embarrassing, but I enjoy watching the type of support and the loyalty.
You got a great support system. Right.
Because even if you lose and you lose respectfully, they don't abandon you. Yes, you heard a lot of people even question the Anthony Joshua. He should change his trainer. Yeah, you heard a lot of critiques. But in America, this is why a lot of these fighters run their career through eggshells. Because as soon as American fighter, they can't even have one bad round. He's exposed. That's it.
Yeah.
He's exposed. You can't have one bad round.
That's a fact, bro. That's a fact.
So these guys now looking like, I ain't going to be fighting this fight because if, when a dude loses, his stock just drops. That's why I always say it doesn't matter if you win or lose, but it's how you win and how you lose. See, Sean Porter, he lose respectfully. Matter of fact, when Sean Porter loses, his stock just go up. He's probably different from everybody else. He lose to Keith Thurman, standing ovation. He lose to Earl Spence, standing ovation.
Yeah.
Because it's really how you win and how you lose. But when you lose like Amir Khan, lose to Prescott and get knocked out, then it's like, oh, we didn't think he was who we thought he's going to be. But it's hard, man. I don't know, man. Boxing fans is passionate, but most delusional fans of all sports.
They fickle as hell, too. That's for sure.
Man.
But, hey, Punch, appreciate you having me on, bro.
Yo, thanks, my brother, man. Thanks for giving your insight, man. Thank you for supporting the channel and coming and chopping it up boxing, man. Anytime, man. I
Yo, D,
like
salute to
talking
you,
to
man.
great boxing
Salute to
minds,
you,
bro.
Guido. Appreciate you, fam. Look, everybody.
We should do this more.
Also,
I'd love to talk more boxing with you.
when you're about to
Yeah.
jump off, let people know where to follow you and you know what I'm saying, any Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, whatever.
Oh, well, y'all can catch me on Speak Your Mind Sports Talk YouTube at Speak Your Mind ST on Facebook, and then Speak Your Mind Sports Talk on Instagram, Speak Your Mind Sports Talk on Twitter.
Yeah, you have
Yo,
subscribed.
D, one question before you leave.
What's
I got
up?
one quick question. Who you think is the best female fighter today?
Ooh, he gonna get me started.
The best female fighter?
Yeah.
Breakers.
Okay.
Could be Amanda Serrano.
I got a mix around.
No, I think it's Breakers. I mean,
It could
I don't know
be
where I'm going, but I think
Teresa Shields. You know? I don't know. Who you think is the best?
Cecilia Breakers. I think Cecilia Breakers. Cecilia, I don't think he can hear me.
Oh, yeah.
Cecilia
Right,
Breakers.
right. She's undisputed, right? Right?
I don't know if he can hear me or not, bro.
Yeah,
Guido,
I know. You hear me?
Yeah, I could hear you, Guido.
Yeah, he can't. Guido,
I hear.
Tell him I said
I hear you.
Breakers.
Oh, he said he hears you.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was saying that she.
Yeah. Guido, hey Guido, come see me, bro. You can jump. I'll let you jump on the panel and speak your thoughts and stuff, bro.
I'll go check your channel out later. You heard?
Yeah. Y'all come.
We gotta get Nuke over here.
You gonna be on later in your channel?
No, not tonight.
Okay,
I'm on tomorrow though.
All right, just give it a time. So sometimes, cause like sometimes I don't get alert when
I know you
black and brown
messed up with the alerts, but look, I got Speak Your Mind Sports Talk daily live every day at 12 o'clock Monday through Friday. So every day Monday through Friday, Speak Your Mind Sports Talk daily live. I do it every day at 12 o'clock.
All right, brother, man.
Eastern time, guys. Eastern time, 12 noon.
All right, brother. Good looking out, my brother.
All right.
Nice talking to you.
Yeah, no doubt, Guido. We'll do it again. All right, Mark.
All right, bro.
Take care, D. I'm gonna drop off too as well, by the way.
All right, my brother. Yo, thank you for following the channel and thank you for your insight, my brother. You got a great boxing mind, and that's what we need. Hardcore boxing fans need to speak out. We letting the casuals in too much. They taking over. Our sport. Damn it. The hardcore boxing fans need to speak out. Damn it.
Well, you know what? I look at hardcore fans as a good guide for the casual fans, and this is what I say to the casual fans: without them, we don't have a sport, because they're the ones who pay the bills at the end of the day, because they're the ones who keep pay-per-view going. So I do respect them, to be honest.
I respect them too, but too they also gotta look at the educational part, man. They gotta respect the game too, you know.
Absolutely. All right, it's been a pleasure, gents. Take care.
All right, brother. Take care.
Good night. Hey, this was a good one, Punch.
Yes,
this was a good shit, yo.
Very insightful.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Very insightful. Like it, no drama, no bickering, no disrespectful. This is just hardcore boxing talk. This is the coincidental hardcore boxing talk. Carlos Mendoza, Johnny Boy, live now. Okay, tell him to quit his live show and jump on Punch Run Boxing. How about that? But I'm about to jump off as well, man, because of course got.
All right, man.
Yo,
you take care, my brother.
Everybody, thank you for following me, man. Thank you for following the show, man. This was great conversation today. I'm very happy, man. Thank you, yo, Guido, the killer. Yo, good looking out, man. Thank you for the people that have been supporting the channel. Donate to the channel.
You know that. Hold up, brother. You
know. God bless y'all. Peace out, my brother. Think Cap was good. Man, you ain't even you're not getting in the chat, my brother. You're not getting in the chat. It was good.
I want to salute to everybody and have a good night. It was good talking to y'all.
Good night. I hope the family is doing well. Everybody
be
is
safe.
I love y'all. God bless.
Thank you for having me once again. You know, I really appreciate all this boxing talk we've been doing. You know,
Guido.
Hey, ya tú sabes, bro. Ah, Maria, man.
Mark's a historian, man. I know, right? News boxing. I know. I like it, yo. I like that. You know why? Because it also, with these conversations, it actually, we educate one another. See, I'm not even having a channel so I could bicker with people, debate people all day. Of course, if we have friendly debates about the conversation that I had today, the topic about today's welterweights and tomorrow, yesterday's welterweights and today welterweight, I think that's a friendly, dope debate. But yeah, man, I could also learn from y'all. You understand what I'm saying? I got
Yeah,
no
of course.
ego.
We can all learn
I
from
push
each other, of course.
that ego, man. I'm good. I don't need that ego. I love to listen to other boxing minds and develop my mind as well. And we all have a community of boxing heads. We could, minus the fanboys and minus all that bickering, we could actually really educate one another in the sport of boxing, of this beautiful sport that we love. Feel me? We all family.
When you going
we
live
all
again?
people. When I'm going live again, happy hour Thursday. If there's a big
ya tú
story,
sabes.
if there's a big story, of course. What's the day? Monday or Tuesday?
Right.
I stay up. I barely sleep, so I don't even know what day it is. Today's Monday or Tuesday? Today's Tuesday.
Yeah, today's Tuesday.
Yeah, today's.
It's going
today's
fast,
Tuesday.
though.
So today is Tuesday. So yeah. So probably tomorrow, but that's a 50-50, but I'm definitely, you already know, happy hour Thursday. Right? I think I have a schedule right now, and I'm gonna go on Thursdays, Fridays. Usually Saturdays will be live commentary, but I'm gonna do Saturday as well. If there's a big story and I need to chop it, or I gotta speak my mind about something right away, then of course I jump in whatever. But now I'm gonna put, like, you know, I'm gonna jump in, like I put it out there, like I'm gonna be in 5:30. I was a little bit late, but I'm gonna start screenshot an image and be like, you know what, I'm gonna jump in at this time so people are prepared. And you already know, man. Glenn, oh my brother, my fault, Glenn, my fault. But you was jumping in and out, man. My fault, my brother. You know on the next one, man. My fault. I apologize, my brother. Love y'all. Peace out. God bless, and on to the next, man.
Take care, my brother.